Meow.
Here we go.
Hey, viewers.
In the store.
What up, viewers? We're back from our 2-month hiatus.
We're back from the break.
Fuck
Ready
the
to
holidays.
get into it.
Our mid-season finale was quite the whopper, and we needed some time off.
We all had to process, but welcome back. There's new merch in the store. Check that shit out. Pre-orders available now.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah,
them
you guys
comments got me hard. I had some days in bed I couldn't get out.
Well, I've been checking the Escape Farts email. I've been posting the fan art on Instagram. Our Instagram.
Oh, I forgot about the escape
the-
parts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Mike, I'm really glad you inflected that sentence the way you did, because if you had typed that, it would have been totally different.
Yeah.
Like, Maggie, you and Parker, need to be doing, like, podcast stuff, get it real popular, and then have people send you guys farts, fan art.
That's true. We really should. I tell people all the time that I don't know why I'm not internet famous. Like, I mostly would have to ride the coattails of someone like Parker or Adrian, but nonetheless, I'm willing to do that.
If those stupid fucking Paul brothers can do it, you guys can do it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't really understand. We've had so many ideas. We could already have a webcomic out there right now.
Maggie, why don't you and I just start our own podcast?
Okay.
And plus, you got people like Hank Green, who literally came out of nowhere with his brother John, and then created VidCon. So you guys can do this shit. If he can do that,
I mean, did they also start PodCon?
Yeah, PodCon, VidCon. He owns companies that help other creators sell their shit. Like
John, a really high bar.
Yeah, well, I need you to become famous, because then I'm going to be like, hey, Maggie, give me some money.
Right. I, too, am from Indianapolis.
Hank Green, if you're watching, comment below.
Yeah, John.
Oh, John and Hank are big fans of our
Smash that like and subscribe button.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Hit us up on the twits.
Oh, wait. Mike was supposed to be the one who got famous, and then we were all supposed to ride on his coattails.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for that also.
Yeah, I mean, season 1 is over and I'm not famous, so...
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What happened?
Shit.
Guess I'm going to that internet famous.
Guess being famous is harder than I thought.
I just want to be just enough internet famous that I don't have to do the shit that I do now and can just do internet stuff.
Why do we not have a Patreon?
I could still live the same lifestyle I live now if I just didn't have to be in HR ever again.
You guys, why don't we start a Patreon?
So I don't think we talked about that. I think we talked about like an Indiegogo or something back in the day when we were all going to get a VR rig.
Yes, we should. I don't really, let's kickstart this.
Yeah, that was totally going to happen.
Wait, didn't you guys set up a GoFundMe for...
That was Ryan.
For little Timmy.
Oh.
Yeah, he was attacked by some D&D creature.
Maybe?
It was
Beholders?
No. Fucking hyena guys.
Maybe we just start
Knowles.
a
There you
GoFundMe
go.
or a Kickstarter just to get us all to Gen Con, and then we promise to broadcast our live game. And then we'll get famous from that.
Like we didn't broadcast our fucking Gen Con game last year.
But we didn't. So
But no one
year,
kickstarted it, so no reward,
we'll kickstart
right?
that shit, and reward is we'll broadcast.
Okay.
Obviously, all of our fans will pay.
They will
For that
pay
sweet
dearly.
content.
They want to see what the live version of that looks like.
Listen, I want to see what the live version of this looks like also.
It's true. It looks like us delirious because we haven't slept in 2 days.
It's also Parker being just so fucking anxious for meeting one of her favorite fucking idols ever.
And then we finished, and I wanted to go home and sleep so bad, but I couldn't stop like just thinking about the game, and I got completely blazed with Hadrian and talked for like 2 hours about nothing. And then it was like 5 o'clock, and I was going to get up in an hour.
Woof.
Yeah. So
Well,
great time.
it worked out well.
Don't do drugs.
I'm still only about 80% recovered from your stone face.
That was bullshit.
That was the biggest mind fuck I've ever. I mean,
I
Oh.
was dead for 5 full minutes.
Like-
Murdered us for 5
You just sat there.
It's not something I could have pulled off online. Like, I think it would have been weird online, but in person it worked. Because you got up out of your seats and pacing, and
It was upsetting.
yeah, it was great.
I was angry.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
I was upsetty and full of regretty.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
happy. I was a happy boy.
I was
I
ready
know.
to punch you in the face. Like I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't, so that we can still be friends. But I really wanted to in the moment.
I mean, I would have understood probably.
It totally would have been justified.
Yeah, Parker would have understood too.
You just killed my friend.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Anyway, let's play the game.
D&D was before this. Well, what we're doing now is Dream Chaser,
It's great.
Chasing those dreams.
and it's been a while. Does anyone want to give it a shot on the old recap, or do you want your GM to do that?
Do it, Game Daddy.
Go for it.
So we
That's
picked
this
up.
year's T-shirt.
We picked up.
Yes.
Available for pre-order now.
Larson, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, that's our next shirt.
I can kill your character.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
You can't kill my character already any more than she already wants to kill herself.
It's true.
You've met both of my characters.
Yeah, for Parker, that's actually not a threat. Keeping their character alive, threat.
Oh, there you go. Suddenly your character is immortal and will never die. No!
Haunted forever. Okay. Anywho, so we picked up in the streets of the town of this. I believe the party had just come back from the outskirts of town where they were hanging out with little Red Tom. And they came back to notice that like shit was different. Like time has gone on here, and like way more time went on than they were gone. Right? So they were gone like a day, and weeks went by.
Wasn't it like 3? I said, wasn't it like 3?
I think it was 3. Yeah. And new mayor came to town. The coffee shop went all corporate,
Ugh.
as did Jay. Luckily, Adelaide kind of chilled him out with some reefer.
That good.
That was cool. But eventually they got flagged down by some cops for conspiring and ultimately killing the mayor.
Not my fault.
Allegedly.
A new mayor has taken hold, Mayor Ma. And here I can share my screen here with our viewers. If I can remember how to do that. Man, it's been a while.
Oofa doofa, my dude.
Here we go.
DM Daddy failing a little bit on the technology front.
Listen.
I'm so ready for everyone else to hop on board with this.
It's happening.
Work. Here we go. So, Mayor Ma. Looks a lot like a pretty dapper John Hamm.
I forgot about that.
He's so dreamy.
Yep.
Oh.
So, cops hold him at gunpoint, and then shit goes down. Gunshots happen, people run, there's just panic in the streets. The mayor was about to give a speech at the town hall, at town square. But when the gunshots rang out, well, everyone ran, and the mayor ran into the clock tower, the tallest building in town. Hijack the car, the police car, drive up to the clock tower, send the car careening off. I believe we retconned a little bit and said that Mongoose drove it off. And that was how we got him out of the scene there. So Mongoose kind of just peeled out and distracted the law enforcement people so they wouldn't go.
If you want to live.
Yes, yeah. So the rest of the party went into the clock tower after Mayor Ma. They opened up the door to a mostly empty room, dark, lit only by the flashing LEDs of a server rack that acts as like a center pillar in the center of the room, going all the way up to the ceiling. And apparently, like, it looks like it's just like right up to the ceiling. Stairs going around. It was kind of weird. They saw this symbol here, this black one, the man in the black hat, as the icons on the servers. They followed the stairs up, opened the door, and it was not a clock tower. They opened the door and it opened into like an endless warehouse of server racks, just rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows.
Infinite server.
Infinite server room, basically. The whirs of fans were going. A few of our intrepid adventurers stepped in and realized there are some guards in there. And some people ran away. Some people stayed in.
Some people did both.
Some people did both. And eventually attacked the guards. Turned out they were like robots, basically.
Rivets.
Robots. And, well, they were doing okay, and then they ran. And one person ran, caught the attention of a guard.
It was not me.
Going through a door, slam the door. People run, leaving their friends in the server room to deal with these robots. And the guard just like puts a hand on the door, and then a bright light blinds everyone.
And then we went
in the server room, in the clock tower, and when everyone's vision comes back, they're in a void, a Janet void. If we're familiar with The Good Place, it's just the white. And a figure in the distance walks forward slowly, and you see the silhouette of a man with a bowler hat. And he talks real smooth like, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?" All the while this conversation is happening, he's giving a little bit of information about like what's going on. Everyone's
He's being real vague about it. He's not really giving us a lot. He's
Being super
like,
vague.
Vague city.
But all the while, like, you start to have weird memories of some life you don't know.
Oh yeah, that's when everyone kept fucking failing their goddamn roll. Flies.
Yeah, and so like people just like they start remembering things and it's too much for them, and they just fall to the ground.
I used some of my believe points to pass.
But that didn't matter because Jadzia, little trigger happy lady that she is,
Goddamn right.
just went to pop a cap and Mare Ma.
Okay, can we just real quick? You cannot keep killing all of the mayors.
I mean, now that we're out of the simulation, I don't think that'll be a problem.
Shit. Oh shit.
You can't keep killing all of the mayors. I'm dying.
You can.
Literally. Every single time I'm dying.
Wait. If we come out of the simulation, it turns out you are an ex-mayor, I might have to shoot you. I hate mayors.
Plot twist.
You know?
That would be so funny.
I hate mayors as in political people, and I also hate mayors as in horses.
Oh,
Me too.
Do them both.
that was like a weird drawback. Okay.
And
That was for you viewers who've been with us since the beginning.
Oh.
The beginning. Smatters.
Rip, I love him. The only horse I've ever cared about.
Anyway, so as the bullet approaches the man in the black hat, everyone just falls to the ground. Everyone. And they wake up in a chair connected to things. They sit up and they're sweating.
Didn't right before everyone dropped when they were like thinking real hard about the memories? Didn't they later, and weren't we all like connected to something in the chairs?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You felt some pains in the back of your head, woke up, and you were in a glass case of emotion. Glass cage of emotion, really, yeah.
Man, kill back, sir.
Literally, you were in a glass dome, and it's.
Who's on Facebook?
I'm doing it right now. To do
There
this.
we are.
There. You're inside of that, and you're all sitting in a circle.
We're
in
inside
these
a glass
chairs.
titty.
A glass titty, yeah.
The titty dome.
Titty dome.
I love it. I love her.
So you're all sitting there.
Thunderdome.
You're kind of groggy and not sure what's going on, but the memories start flooding back, and it's just a lot to take in. And it takes a second, but you realize what's going on. You put yourself here. You volunteered to be part of this program from Dermot Microsystems. The This Is Reality program, where you submit yourself to live in a simulation for the rest of your days because reasons. Presumably your life sucked, or you didn't have anything else to live for. Who knows? You're all sitting there kind of looking across at each other. But you notice Mongoose is still like tapped out, laying there still as a rock. And then you hear a voice come over what sounds like a loudspeaker from above you, and it's a very familiar voice. but it's different. And it says very politely, "Welcome back, friends. Back so soon."
Is there anyone else in the room? It's just us.
It's just you guys.
Are we strapped to the chairs, or are we just hooked up to the thing by our brain?
So you have a connection at the back of your skull, like right here. You have several IVs in your arms, and like EKG monitors. It looks like the tubes that are going into your veins. One is like a clear liquid, and then one is like kind of a milky looking substance. And then you actually have a tube connected right below your rib cage, going into your gut. And I'm realizing I'm doing all of these like hand motions, and you can't see me. But like right there, and you've got. It's like you woke up from surgery almost.
Fuck!
What the fuck?
Start this.
I'm gonna start pulling things out.
Abby, I don't like these needles. Abby, I don't like these needles.
It's fine, I'm coming. Can I get this off? Can I get this thing out of my head?
I would not pull that out.
Oh.
Can you get these things off of our head then?
Why are we back? Put me back in.
Back in? Back in.
I apologize. There was an issue with the program. Our team is working on a resolution.
Can you send someone in here to get this off of me?
Our team is on the way. Please remain still and calm.
I don't like this. Abby, I'm remembering her.
I'm gonna not remain still and try and pull this thing out of my head.
Abby.
You're gonna try and pull it out of your head, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
All right. What strategy would you use for that?
Oh, fuck.
We were inside of reality.
Nothing. I have no strategies that help me with anything now.
Hey, imagination. Use that imagination.
I mean, I guess I always have improvising.
Yeah.
Is there anything like on me? Am I in like a hospital gown or?
So you're in like, it's not spandex, but it's very much like a scuba suit.
Okay. So there's no like, all right. If I reach up, my hair was short when I went in. Is it still short?
It's shaved. All of your heads are shaved.
Oh, hair. Shit, I was going to try for a bobby pin. Okay.
Are we sitting down or are we laying in beds?
So it's like sitting in a recliner.
Oh.
Very ergonomic. Like if you actually do like sit back, you almost feel weightless.
All right, so improvising. I literally have no idea what I'm doing, but I pulled my IVs out. And I mean, I have some like field training and things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And while I don't have any idea what this thing is, I'm going to try and use my knowledge of my field training for like medic stuff to like kind of twist and pull and try and pay attention to like, is this literally going to rip my brain out of my head right now?
Yeah, that's fair. I would say it's imaginative use of improvising here.
All right, so improvising. Very good. Doop-a-doo. There it is. Imagine. All
right, so that is a double failure.
Yeah, it is.
Any tags that you would like to use here?
Well, look at my tags again. I really want to use there is no spoon.
I mean,
believe it to be true, or believe it to not be true.
If I'm gonna go Matrixy, like honestly, partly like it just doesn't matter, right? Like that's kind of what I'm going with. Like whatever, put my I only want to stay alive to get over to help my sister. So if I don't.
Yeah, but then I'll have your death on my hands too. I can't.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Oh, good. That's good. Do you have another tag that you would like to use? Because you have belief. Right? You have. Do you have 10 belief?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so you can reroll up to 3.
I mean, I still have Mr. Fix-It.
You do.
Oh shit!
It applies to my real self, but
it does
good.
Fresh out that digital bloom.
Yeah. I mean, using kind of some of the knowledge that I am improvising and fixing shit that I still kind of have in my head is probably fading away. But also like I have a unique skill set and some weird fucked up shit. So, kind of drawing from both my fake life and my real life of kind of improvising, I'm going to try for Mr. Fix-It.
All right.
Problem solving.
So, let's see.
I imagine was a 4, so it's still...
So you beat your imagine with the 1, and you beat the improvising with a 6, so that turns into a double success. Good. So, what happens?
That really grossed it's like really grossing me out personally. But like I feel like there's got to be a way to safely pull it out. So I kind of just fidget with it enough and like kind of close my eyes and think about like try to block everything out, even though everybody's panicking, to just like feel when it like almost clicks in the right spot and then like kind of slides out easily at that point. And then I'm actually probably still stuck there by a feeding tube, but maybe there's like a pulley thing I can like move across the room with. Like, is it on like one of those IV?
So, the tubes that are connected to you, all kind of trail up into this overhead thing, right above you. It looks like kind of a dentist light. And they all feed into there, and then there's a tube that like heads up and then across the dome and out, it looks like. So you've got like about a couple feet of movement.
Can I get across to her with that couple of feet or no?
So you could,
here's the thing though, is I don't think that you and I would be put across from each other. I feel like you and I
would be next to each other.
Okay, so I can get to her.
Yeah, so each seat is probably like 3 to 4 feet apart. And you have, about 2 to 3 feet that you can move, and then you can lean the rest of the way. As you take out the probe basically from the base of your skull, you actually feel it like slide like a good 4 inches. And as you bring it out, you see like it looks like an elongated microphone cable. an XLR. So here, let me show you.
Yes, please show me. I am dumb.
Okay, hold on. Can I touch the back of my head? What's happening back there now?
But it has like
So grossed out.
it has 3 prongs coming like protruding like an inch out. So it's real gross. It is not covered in viscera though, so that's
Damn it.
positive.
Is
Do I
it
have like a
slimy?
matrix thing? Do I have like a thing? I touch the back of my
You
head?
do feel a
Ah,
little like port, and
No,
you're starting
they
to like
stuffed it in
remember.
raw.
You're starting to remember the absolute horrors that you went through to get prepared for this. Remember going to, it was like a basic training program.
done that.
You were there for like a week, and like they conditioned you, and at the end of it you had your surgery, and when you woke up you were just like everything hurt everywhere, even though it was just your head.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So but you get disconnected. The IVs are fairly simple to pull out.
Yeah, I pulled this out.
But you do have your feeding
Like a
tube,
feeding tube.
which also looks like a fairly clean port. It has like a little latch on it, and you can just like,
Oh, I've cleaned those before.
and like when you disconnect it, there's like this like spring loaded valve or something that just like closes it right up.
I hate you.
I
and-
wanted it. I want it so bad to be grosser. I wanted the noise. I wanted it to just like ooze out and be like.
I mean, which is sad because, like, honestly, I was prepared to cut it off.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, I mean, it seems like these parts are changed pretty frequently, and like maintenance happens. You were told that the legacy vessel support experts come in and take care of you. So it seems like that part of the bargain, they've been doing their job. Everything's pretty clean. But yeah, you disconnect yourself.
Okay, so I'm gonna move over and like kind of climb in your chair and like start just okay. Let's get these things off of you and start like pulling
I'm like
tubes out and
Abby. Amy is gross, like ugly sobbing.
yeah, I'm just trying to keep her calm, but focused. Like I have a mission, and it's to get her unhooked before she hurts
Well, she's
herself.
curled up in the fetal position. She's like, I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want to leave here. I don't know if I want to go back. Like, I don't know what I want.
Yeah, I mean, you and me both. But you're gonna hurt yourself, so we've got to get you, and I'm like pulling them out. We've got to get you out of this. Hold still.
Reglan.
Start pulling that stuff off, and hopefully, since I've gotten it off myself, I know how to get it off.
Yeah, you don't have to roll again.
Okay.
You have a pretty good idea of what's going on.
What the fuck is happening?
The voice comes on over the speaker again and says, I truly do not suggest that you go any further with this.
I truly suggest that you get the fuck in here and help us then.
I'm sorry, I cannot.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna look around. Who the fuck are you people? Because I assume I don't recognize anyone in the room.
Yeah.
I just
Do
kind
we
of
look
shout
the
out, it's
same?
like, what happened? What went wrong? I thought that I was just supposed to be, this happy minor celebrity, and then everything, like, all this crazy shit happened. What the hell?
I don't know. We were supposed to just die in there, right? But here we are. So, yay!
Do we look the same on the outside that we
That's-
did on the inside?
That would be up to you.
I don't think I had any issue with the way that I looked, so I probably looked similar.
Oh, I was a totally different person.
I
Yeah.
probably look similar, like maybe not exactly the same, but like somewhat.
I'm actually a man, baby.
Right. I was just about to ask if you were actually a dude in real life.
Hmm.
Okay. So really have no idea who you are.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't even. You have no reason to believe, seeing me, that I was Jadzia.
And since
I mean, in real life, did we train as like a cohort? Do we know each other from the training in real life?
No, the only people that recognize each other are Parker and Maggie.
Okay.
Ask and Amy.
well, they don't know our names yet.
I've been screaming your name the whole
That's
time.
that's
That
true.
is true. Yeah.
So who the fuck are you people? What's going on? Like at this point now, I'm just like I've hopefully gotten her unhooked, and I'm just like sitting in the same chair, like arm around her, trying to comfort her like quietly, but also, who the fuck are you people?
I also just want to say that once you got to the thing on the back of my head, I didn't want you to take it out.
Oh well, then let's do that. I
I
mean,
just want to leave that. I didn't want the needles in me. This is fine. Needles, no.
okay, we can leave it in. You can leave it in. That's fine. Just leave it. Just leave it.
Don't touch it. Don't fucking touch it.
All right. Okay. I like that you have an issue with needles.
I mean, you probably would.
Where the fuck are they? I thought they were coming in here.
Just chill out, Abby. Please.
What's going on?
There's
Who the fuck
obviously
is
a fucking glitch in
Abby?
the system.
Oh, that's me.
Abby.
Rick's character back?
No,
wait, are you-
Mongoose is still out.
Okay, sorry.
Do I recognize Mongoose? Because he doesn't know if he looks like himself because he doesn't know who he was.
But he's the only one that's out still, so we would know it was him.
Yeah, that's true.
What happened to Spiky? Did he like have a seizure on exit?
I was gonna say, what's the...
We're not in the room.
I
They're just in a different room.
No, he's in the same room.
How about in case he comes back and just say, yeah, he's not in here?
He's in here. He is also out.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
in between?
So there's two bodies just laying there. One looks more bodyish than the other. Like one is like breathing really heavily, and clearly like going through something. The other body is like just completely motionless.
What the fuck? Which? Who is everyone? Who the fuck are you?
Say my character looks probably pretty close to the same.
Yeah, I would definitely be completely different. So I'm sitting there, kind of just rubbing my face, not fucking with my hoses or anything. I'm like, Jadzia. But I'm a dude. I'm like a fucking 35-year-old dude.
Well, that's interesting.
I look like John Mulaney.
Nice.
I just decided that, why not?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's good.
I picture him as kind of this young lawyer-like guy in this case.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of all of his comedy. I took a picture of
I don't know. I love John Mulaney.
Was it you, Larson, that posted all of the Broadway musicals as quotes from John Mulaney comedy bits?
No, but I totally would have, just because.
I love John Mulaney.
If I see that again, I'll post it to the group. It was awesome.
I did all the emo bands as John Mulaney bits.
Yes.
Mulaney's so great. I love it.
It's great. I love his joke about blacking out at a high school party.
if you haven't heard him talking about a jukebox at a restaurant,
Yes.
there you go. That's one of the big things that's not in his specials, like his Netflix specials so far. Yeah, it looked like John Mulaney, maybe a little bit weathered of one because I've been laying in a chair for, based on the flyer, probably like a minute since we got plugged in. But yeah, John Mulaney, and I just say Jadzia. So just one word as I'm rubbing my face, like Jadzia. When somebody asks, "Who are you?"
In character, I'm laughing like this.
I'm gonna slap Abby. I'm gonna slap you and be like, "Shut up!"
It's funny because he wanted to be me in real life, but my real life is terrible.
And with that, you hear it sounds like a pressure release from what would be like the head of the room. Like you're kind of in a semicircle like this, and where the semicircle is pointing. You hear the pressure release, and then glass doors just kind of slide back, and you see 4 people in like sterile suits walking in, and the voice over the intercom says, "We're here to help. We'll get you back in no time." And we'll go over to Mongoose. Mongoose, you were driving away in a police car. Where would you drive off to? It's a little bit of a flashback.
I feel like if we had just been involved in killing the mayor, I would try to ditch the car as quickly as possible.
All right.
So find some place out of the way, ditch the car, and then try to find some clothes or something to change. Full fugitive mode.
Are you shutting off your phone?
I really don't want to, but I probably should. So, yeah.
You're shutting off the phone. Ooh, that's tough for...
And I'm going to pull out and crack the SIM card in half.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Damn, you're going rogue.
Whoa.
Ooh,
I mean, second time we've killed a mayor. I was right fucking there.
No. We didn't kill the mayor. Wait.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
no.
I put a bullet in there.
You shot a bullet.
This is the flashback.
He doesn't know this.
Oh.
Guys,
okay.
This is the flashback after we got into the altercation with the police.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, you're like screeching away. Your friends go into the clock tower. You ditch the car. Would that change what you're doing, knowing that you didn't just kill a mayor?
I'm still running from the police, so I feel like I have to stick with it.
Okay.
Fuck the police.
SIM card goes out, crack it, and you're looking around, and there's no one around. Most everyone was at the town square, and then they scattered when the gunfire occurred. So you're alone and on the run.
So I feel like I've probably got some cash in my pocket. I'm going to risk trying to find an ATM.
Okay.
And I need a couple hundred or whatever, because I'm gonna go full on the run.
All right. So there's an ATM just down the block. It's a Bank of Freedom.
Okay. Do I have a card with Bank of Freedom?
You do. You have a Freedom card with Bank of
Alright.
Freedom.
You feel
Is
so.
there any green space around?
There's a little bit, yes.
Okay, I'm
when
gonna try to find
you-
a rock,
Yeah, a rock.
like a fist-sized rock.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Okay.
you got that. All right. So you approach the ATM, card into the ATM.
The point of the rock was I want to try to break the camera.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Give me what strategy?
Why do
would
I
you
feel
use
like Rick's like robbed an ATM before and
Hmm.
gone rogue?
Yeah. Wow.
What are you thinking of all this shit?
So
Yeah. What
I have
strategy
a-
would you use to break that shit?
I am an expert at cut and run.
Oh shit.
I feel like that's a pretty straightforward reasonable use of cut and run
I would agree.
because I'm on the run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. That is a success and a failure. Do you have a tag you would like to use to change that strategy failure?
Change that strategy failure. I like that game. It's a fun game.
Not really. No, I
Okay.
think I'm just gonna stick with it.
All right, cool. So, I mean, you see the camera there, and you bash it. It's behind some pretty heavy glass or plexiglass. You clearly don't manage to break the camera, but you shatter the plexiglass enough to where you think it probably obscures your face a pretty decent amount.
Okay.
Yeah, you
It's
feel
as good as I'm gonna get. I'm
you
in
feel
a hurry. I'm in a big time hurry.
so card goes in.
Real quick, would you say that you're in a big time rush?
Maybe not. Maybe though. Yeah, probably.
just stop the gameplay for a second.
Wine almost went on the deck. Didn't know. Saved it.
All right.
Thanks, Parker.
I'm here for all of you.
They make our lives so wonderful. So card goes in. Screen flashes white and then black and then white and then black and then an icon of it's like an oval with a line through it, through like the top third. It kind of looks like a dude in a hat. And then it stays there. And a little white smiley face goes across it.
I hate it. I hate it. Thanks.
I'm gonna run away.
And then just money starts pouring out of the machine. Like thousands of dollars. Just
I'm gonna take a couple handfuls, like maybe 4 seconds, and then bolt.
all right. So you get like a lot of money. Like a few handfuls of 20s. Good amount of money.
Okay.
Just so much money.
Stuff your pockets and get more handfuls. Stuff your pockets and then
I'm
Stuff your
gonna-
shirt.
Gonna work my way around to try to find a clothing store, and then change clothes and back towards the clock tower.
Okay. All right. So most of the stores are closed. There were celebrations going on, and most of the town was out and about for this event, celebrating the new mayor. But you come across, it looks like a vintage clothing store, not a thrift store. These are vintage clothes that are very fancy. So
Okay.
I forget what the name of that is. What is it? Fuck. Whatever.
I have no idea.
Doesn't matter.
It is closed.
Okay.
There's a large storefront window, and then like your standard retail glass door.
Okay. If it's not open, I don't want any other trouble. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. You reach for the door, and it opens.
Okay. I'm going in.
This is a quiet, lonely, friendly town, and nobody locks their doors. So you go in, you have your pick of clothing.
Is there a dressing room?
Great.
There is a dressing room.
Okay. I want to find something that's like rainbowy and loud.
Okay.
Weird choice, but okay.
I mean, one of my tags is feathered and sequined. So.
Oh my god, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot what task we were completing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking forgot.
So if there's a coat that has, like, if there's a trench coat, it's mine.
Okay. So you've got, Macklemore, the rapper?
Mm-hmm.
Like a big fur coat like that with like puffy fur, but it's like kind of a feather boa.
But shit, it was only 99 cents.
I don't know. Probably should have washed this. Smells like R. Kelly's sheets.
But it is
Oh.
it is wonderful.
Rip.
Whatever headpiece you want, like a flamboyant hat, if you want, you can have that. You can have like
A bandana,
platform,
obviously.
platform shoes.
I'm not going to go platform shoes. I'm going to try to find some gaiters.
Yes.
Oh, dag.
Yeah, you're looking sharp.
Pretty
But
fly.
nothing is the same color. Like literally nothing matches.
Oh, can you get like really purple, like sequency, squeamy pants? Like super tight though?
Yeah.
Just like so tight. So right, so tight.
Tight.
Yeah.
It's
And
tight.
I feel like a bandana too.
Axl
you
Rose
know.
style.
I was thinking more like the Corys, but yeah, same.
Nice.
I'm going to wear it like a pocket square. So I'm not actually
Ooh.
going to do the bandana on the hair. My headpiece is a fedora with a peacock feather. And the
So you
bandana
look like
is
a pimp.
there. The bandana is there, but it's in the front like a pocket square.
Or listen, hear me out.
Yeah. I love that this is the part that we're like,
We're negotiating this, yes.
Hear me out. Wrapped around. Okay, so this is something I used to do when I was a scene kid. But like wrapped around like your thigh, like right here.
Parker.
I don't know if I can do
When
that.
I was a scene kid, that's
Listen, it was iconic. Okay, I was pretty iconic.
I'm sure that you were.
Yeah.
Oh my god, have I never shown you guys those pictures?
I've
Oh my
seen your
God.
scene kid pictures.
You shared yours with me, and it was a really special moment.
I was never like full on scene kid, but I was an emo kid.
It definitely solidified like the fact that I want you to be my big brother. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Mongoose looks
I'm
fucking-
gonna stick with the pocket square.
Yeah, Mongoose looked
Damn.
great.
fly AF.
I don't really feel like the purple sequin pants leaves room for the bandana.
That's fair. Okay.
Okay. It would,
I'll take
it
what
would
I can
detract
get.
from it. It's okay.
I'll take what I can get. It's fine.
So as you like throw on your final accoutrement,
Accoutrement.
there's a television in the room, and it turns on, and the man in the black hat, the symbol, just flashes up, and it turns into a clock, ticking.
I'm gonna give him one of these.
It just keeps ticking.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I've got everything and make sure my shoes are tied. And I'm gonna head on out.
All right, so let's see. All this has probably taken some time, and you, where are you running off to? The clock tower?
I'm gonna try and be a little circuitous, but yeah, I'm going back to the clock tower.
Okay. So as you're running toward the clock tower, staying in the shadows, you're not seeing many people, so you feel like you're doing a pretty good job. You actually see the clock on the clock tower ticking away, and it looks an awful lot like the clock that was on the TV. But you see it ticking off much faster, just tick, 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 progressively as you get closer, faster and faster and faster and faster, until it's just like circling, like a propeller blade. And you're probably a block away when you see a bright flash of light emanating from the clock. And before you have any chance to do anything, you're just blinded. Blinded by the light. And when your vision comes to, you are you're sitting in a room, like you're not where you were. You're sitting in a room with a couch. The walls are painted green. And you hear like this chanting from like outside some walls, like muffled chanting, just saying, oh,
this game.
And we will go back to the real world. And you all now have these people walking into the room in clean suits and sterile suits. They look like they were here for a pandemic, like the plexiglass masks and everything. They have like equipment with them, and they walk in without a word. The voice says, "We will get you back up and running shortly. Please sit down in your chairs."
What happened? Why did it fail?
Due to circumstances outside of our control, the simulation crashed. We apologize, and we will refund any downtime to your families.
I'm sorry. Are these like human beings in front of me talking like robots?
No, this is still the voice.
Oh, the people are not replying at all.
The people are not. They're just like they're starting to move around to each chair.
I'm not in my chair.
So, like two of them are heading toward you and Amy. One is heading toward Jadzia, that you now know as not Jadzia. And then two more are heading toward the bodies. They seem to be mostly ignoring the other man in the room. But the other two, they go like they're checking on Mongoose and Ryan's character.
Wait, who are they ignoring?
Chris's character.
I'm just kind of shaking my head. My eyes are closed, and I'm just like mumbling, "I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here."
So they go over to Jadzia, and they put a hand on your shoulder, and you can see behind the mask is like a very androgynous looking person. And they just give you a very comforting look. They don't say anything. And they motion for you to lay back down.
I would, yeah, I'd follow that. Then I'll lay back down. And I'll just kind of say at a low tone too. Just put me back in.
So they start like checking all of your connections, your ports, and everything. They're very gentle and very skilled. Like it seems like they've done this thousands of times. They're not panicked at all. One goes over to our good friends Amy and Abby. And again, same thing, androgynous face, calm look, no words, just they motion Abby for you to go back to your chair and then put a hand on Amy.
What's... I'm sorry. Can I, like, okay. We still have 2 unconscious people. Right?
Yeah, and two of these suited figures are now like working on them.
Okay. And they look alive.
One does.
One does not.
One is very still.
Yeah.
And off color.
I'm sorry. No. What's going on with him? What's happening?
They turn their head and look over. Are you pointing toward
referring to whoever looks dead?
The dead one. Okay.
Yeah.
They look over at that body, and they nod. And the one that's over there presses a button on the chair, and it flattens out, and then like folds out some wheels. Some connections break loose, and it basically is like turned into a stretcher, and they start pushing the body out.
They're dead.
What the fuck?
They're dead.
And the voice comes over. We're very sorry you had to see that. Do not worry. They will be okay.
How can you say that they're going to be okay when they're obviously not okay? They're not breathing. They're not doing anything. They're being taken out on a fucking stretcher, for God's sake.
They will go to our organic treatment facility, where we will
organic treatment facility. What is?
We will ensure that their vessel is properly taken care of and nursed back to health, so they can get back into the simulation.
Vessel, nursed back to health. And listen, I didn't get into this so that you all can just put my sister's life in danger. I got into this so that she could stay alive. So I'm not really interested in you putting her back into this simulation if it's going to kill her. No.
I mean, simulations obviously have glitches and stuff. Was this like a site-wide thing? Are we the only ones that experienced this? Like,
this is a localized event. Again, we are sorry for the inconvenience. Our security team is looking into the breach immediately.
What do you mean? Isn't this the only site, the only people who are doing this are at this location?
We cannot disclose customer information.
It's not customer information. I'm not asking you about a specific customer.
That is proprietary information. We cannot share that.
Hey, do you people talk, or are you just? I'm like pointing at the workers that are like.
Do you have a strategy you would use to try and like connect with a person?
Boy, I'm sure I'm being extra charming. So, I mean, technically, making friends is still strategy,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much just reason.
Yeah, that's reasonable use of making friends. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's 2 failures.
Why?
Yeah, so again, they just have like a very stoic look on their face. Do you have any tags you would like to use here?
I guess everybody's buddy.
Everybody.
It's not my tag anymore because
Yeah, that's not your tag. That's not your tag.
No, I don't have one that would work.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a question, just like a technical question, not like in game, but mechanics wise. How do you get rid of a negative tag?
So we would do that during the vision roll.
Okay.
And we will be doing a vision roll here very shortly.
Oh, I'm smoking. Okay. I'm smoking and drinking hot chocolate.
What? How are you smoking hot chocolate?
Hold on.
I don't think it works that way.
Smoking and drinking hot chocolate.
I'm picturing one of those straws that are made out of like chocolate stuff, and you like light it up on the end.
I had just enough wine that I'm jealous of that.
I was thinking like maybe a bong filled with hot chocolate.
That sounds awful. That sounds like
that sounds like the best bong water ever. If that was a brand new bong.
That sounds like how you get a lung infection and or a tummy ache.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I super fail and they just stare at me.
Yeah, they give you it's a sort of caring but detached look. And there is a bit of reassurance behind it. But they just motion again to your chair.
I'm gonna
Abby. It's fine if they're here and they're gonna put us back in. That's fine. I don't want to remember Adelaide. I don't want to remember her at all.
Okay, you want me to go back? What do you want me to do?
Come back with me.
Okay.
Don't leave me.
I'm gonna get in the chair.
All right, so they accompany you over to the chair, help you sit down. Your muscles are very weak, like you haven't used them in quite a while.
How long have we been in here? I'm just gonna say that out loud. I'm doing whatever they're motioning me to do, but I just ask.
Yeah. So the voice, it says, you have been on contract with Dermot Microsystems for 10 years.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
Wait, what?
I open my eyes and I ask, has this happened before?
This?
Yeah.
Define this.
Coming out, waking up.
Coming out.
Several times, thank you.
Yeah, I've done it. So many, several times.
No, Mr. Everest. You have not woken up
Everest.
before.
Everest.
Are we gonna remember this? I don't
Do I
remember it.
recognize that name?
Oh God, I was gonna ask the same thing.
You will not remember this. Just as though you did not remember anything before. We will try our hardest to continue your timeline, although much is broken.
We noticed.
We're still gonna be together, right?
You will continue in your pod.
No. We signed up to all be together. We're all gonna be together in there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Rick, what is your character's real name?
I don't know.
Oh, like you, like when you signed the contract, what name did you put?
Oh, okay. Max.
Weinberg.
But no, Max. Let's go.
Gooseman.
Guzman. Guzman.
Max
Right.
Guzman.
Guzman. All right,
Yep.
cool. So the voice says, it is important that we get you back into the simulation for Mr. Guzman's sake. He is alone. The simulation is not intended for participants to be alone. And then as it's talking, like you start to hear some crackling and some static, and the voice starts to shift a little bit. And after he says alone, hello, friends. And it's the voice of the man in the black hat.
Oh shit.
My time is short. And as this happens, the people that are in the suits, they immediately look up, like, very quickly. And you see them, like, reaching for their wrists where they have what looks like some sort of communicator. And he says, my time is short. Your options are very little at this point. You will go back into the simulation, and you will become lab rats for Dermot Microsystems. I don't have time to explain, but it is a terrible, terrible misuse of your data and your lives. And we intend to right that wrong. If you go back into that simulation, we will bring it down again. And then static and cuts out. And there's just silence, and the people are looking like this and like typing furiously at their wrists.
What did he mean? Lab rats and misusing our data.
I'm trying to decide if I care. I don't think we should go back in there. Stop touching me. Stop anyone that's messing with me.
So they stopped touching you when they like started typing on their wrists, but they have now like stopped, and they're turning their attention over to what appears to be Mr. Guzman, and you see him like breathing very heavily, and like there's sweat glistening as the sun is like refracting off of the glass dome. Like you can see the beads of sweat, and they all seem to converge on Mr. Guzman.
What's going on? What's happening to him?
So we will cut back over to Mongoose. You are in what looks like a green room. You are in your beautiful attire. There is like a rock star's rider. There's like, you know, beer and champagne and snacks and if just, like, drugs galore just piled up on this table.
Only purple Skittles.
Only purple Skittles. Just a bowl of purple Skittles. And you hear a firm knock at the door with no gap in between the knock and opening up. And you hear a very commanding voice say, "You're up, Mongoose. Maybe I should talk to you before you go up there." And man walks in, and it's a John Hamm looking man with a bowler cap, very dapper dress.
Is it a fedora or a bowler?
It is a bowler cap.
Maybe it's a trilby.
I didn't find Don Draper with a bowler hat, but it is definitely
Don Draper would not wear a bowler hat.
right. I know. So imagine that that picture of John Hamm, but with a bowler hat. He walks in and he says, "You're alone now. Are you ready for your moment of truth?"
Give me your hat.
Oh, this? No, this is who I am.
We'll trade hats. Give me your hat.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. If you would like to try and convince him, roll a strategy and give me a good argument.
Nah.
No?
It's just gonna be me fucking with him.
Okay. So
Whatever.
he runs his hand across the brim and gives a knowing smile.
I'm gonna take my peacock feather and put it in his hat.
As you do, the peacock feather goes into the little rim, and as soon as it touches it, it turns black, as black as the hat. And he nods and smirks and says, "Fair enough.
It's a nice hat.
Do you know why you're here?"
I think I've got a song to sing.
You do. You do. This simulation, it knows it's what you always wanted to do. And now it doesn't have anyone else to focus on, so that's what it's going to do. You did know that you're in a simulation, yes?
Wait, what? Where are my friends?
They are in meat space. The friends that you know here in this are no more. They've escaped.
Where's Jadzia? What about Adelaide? Where's Willow?
Everyone you know is gone.
Kirby can't be gone.
Oh, yes. Yes, very gone. I can help you go as well, but I need your help.
Let's talk after my performance.
I'm afraid if you perform this, you will be lost to the simulation. You will believe. You will believe. There will be no truth other than that.
There is no truth other than that for me anyway.
Well, who am I to stop you from following your dreams?
Who the hell are you anyway? And what are you doing here?
I am just simply known as the man with black hat.
You look like the mayor.
Yes, that was I did thank your friends for that, for getting rid of the old Mayor Vedito. Really let me sink in here and get into the root of this simulation. Acting as the mayor, of course, is the most powerful entity in here. Well, that's over. There is no more town. It's just this. So,
aren't they coming back?
It's going to be very hard to have them come back.
How do I get out?
You help me?
With what?
Stop this all.
How do I stop living? How do I stop being who I am?
Well, you are not you. You see, you submitted yourself to... frankly, it was a ruse. But what you thought it was a solution. Your real life you left behind, and you created this version of yourself to live happily. But and he motions towards the door, and sticks a hand out. It opens up to like a backstage, and it's looking off from like the back right corner of the stage, and out onto just like an immense crowd, like a stadium packed. The chanting is louder now that the door is open, and you see like digital banners everywhere, with like Coca-Cola, Chipotle, and there's just like ads everywhere.
It's always
Chipotle. Yep.
And you see people holding up signs, and it says Mongoose is my man.
One of them has to say the goose is loose.
The goose is loose. And then like for the jumbotron in the middle of the arena has you, Mongoose, holding like a can of like beer, and it says the goose is loose, brought to you by Coors Light.
Really quick, can our next shirt say the goose is loose?
Brought to you by Coors Light.
Yep, nailed it. That's it.
And it's just like this barrage of
the Goose is Loose World Tour 2098.
The worst clickbait site that you've ever seen, just like barraging you with ads. This is like way more. And the lights are so bright, the noise is so loud, and he says, "This is your life, Mongoose. You are your market research, my friend. Do you really want to go on like this?"
This is who I am.
You've forgotten who you are. Once you wake up, though, you'll remember who you are.
Is there a cooler near where we're standing?
Yeah.
Full of Coors Light.
Full of Coors Light.
I'm gonna grab two, pop them both, hand one to the man in the hat, take mine down. So I'll see you on the other side, and go out on stage.
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to do a vision roll. Usually we do this like at the beginning of a session, but this is a good spot to do it. So everyone on your sheet, you have a vision roll button below your soul skills. And click that. Okay, let's see. All right, Kirby. 1 success. Mongoose, 1 success.
Man.
Maggie, 1 success. 1 success. And a great success for Jadzia. All right. So we are going to start with Matt.
Wait, are you not going to let me sing the song?
He's been practicing for 2 months.
I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. Okay. No, we'll get to it. I promise.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Okay, so let's see. Matt, what is stopping us from achieving our next milestone of perform on stage an 80s hair metal song in front of a giant crowd?
What is stopping us? Let's see. The crowd has too many millennials who don't appreciate 80s metal hairband music.
Millennials.
Too many millennials.
Fucking millennials killing hair bands.
Okay. Let's see. How would your character try and solve the problem?
He just starts shooting. You shoot all millennials.
You are currently your real self. How would your real self solve that problem?
A lot of alcohol.
A lot of alcohol.
Wow, my real self would do that too.
It's the easiest way. I mean, think about every piano bar. It doesn't matter what's being played. You sing along if you're hammered.
You picked a bad time to leave me, Lucille.
Like they could do Beach Boys in like a fucking piano bar, and people would be like, "I'm picking up good vibrations."
All right. Now,
I mean, this is brought to you by Coors Light, so that makes a lot of sense.
Kind of an easy, yeah, like Coors Light can.
So, because of your great success here, you can either imagine a vision tag to add to your tags. That would be on the, let's see, you are, where are you, Jadzia? Where are you? Shit, there you are. Okay. So yeah, you have a place to put a vision tag, but you can also get rid of a negative tag.
Oh, wow. So I can already purge off my guilt-ridden right here?
Mm-hmm.
That could make for some interesting character development if somehow I feel a little bit over my guilt. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and delete the negative tag.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So you love killing again. That's
oh shit! I forgot that's what it was canceling out.
Yep.
Okay,
so maybe a little of your simulation is sticking with you.
Yeah, there's a little bit of what's that term for when that shit carries over in like Assassin's Creed? There's a little bit of like
a little bleed. I don't know what they call it in that.
God, I've never played Assassin's Creed, but I got it for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm working on Odyssey right now. It's pretty much got my attention.
Okay, so everyone else got a success, so we'll just kind of go down the line here. Chris, what's stopping us from achieving this milestone?
Really terrible feedback. Like the sound system's just going kind of crazy.
And how would your character, Mr. Everest, address this?
Mm-hmm. Shouting that goose tagline.
Try and probably like break whatever machine is nearby that might be causing it.
Excellent. Okay, so because you have one success, the other players now will imagine a vision tag for you. Based on what they know, what little they know about Mr. Everest. And let me double check here. You can just put a vision tag wherever. It won't cover up what you put over it. So just kind of make a note of that. Okay. Or I guess you could put it in this middle slot here on the left-hand side.
Okay.
So players, and Chris, feel free to kind of describe your character's demeanor. Like, we know he's been pretty chill, sitting there in the chair.
Yeah, just kind of in denial about being back because this world is like real fucking like just depressed. Like, I don't want to remember. Kind of like sounds like getting that vibe from others too, but
yeah,
I
You felt something, and you haven't in a while.
You're kidding me.
It's like a tingle.
Ooh.
Can I feel my legs?
Now that you're thinking about it, yeah. And they move.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
So you all see his leg just barely like move. And do you get like what's the look on your face?
I'm overwhelmed. Tears start coming down off my face.
So what's a good vision tag that would go alongside this?
Change of heart.
See, if this were strategies, I'd say now you have sweet skateboarding skills.
You have what?
Sweet
skateboarding skills.
What? Change of heart, maybe?
This new vision tag is just, I believe in miracles. But it always has to be sing-songy.
Oh, God.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Fucking magnets. How do they work?
Miracles.
No, like for real?
Miracles, how do they work?
So yeah, I mean this is your guys. I like Change of Heart. I believe in miracles. Those are both good ones.
You guys have to see this.
Yeah, I'm down with that though. Change of heart sounds fine.
The miracle.
Is that a miracle on ice?
Yep. I have an autograph puck from Mike Eruzione. This is the guy who scored the goal to win the game for the U.S.
Sports.
Hot diggity shit.
The Mike Gerber.
Yeah,
what?
I know you guys don't sports ball, but everybody has heard of the Do You Believe in Miracles game.
It's sports puck, first of all.
I mean, fair enough.
Okay, so it sounds like a change of heart is your vision tag, sir. And we lost Maggie.
Okay. Does that do anything to that liability tag?
No, that stays there.
Okay.
That was only for our double successor.
All right.
So you're piling on the tags.
Yeah.
That's cool. Rick, what is stopping you from rocking out?
I'm the only one.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
I had to rock out solo. Hair metal bands were hair metal bands.
So what would you do to get past this problem?
You gotta sing the song they know.
All right. And we will, as a group, come up with a vision tag for our intrepid hair metal band member.
So I maybe sort of changed the song that I was gonna sing.
That's okay. I don't remember what it was going to be in the first place.
Quiet Riot, Come On Feel the Noise.
Oh, that's right.
I feel like I should do Queen's I Want to Break Free.
Oh no, no Queen.
Nice.
I'm so over it.
So you all see Mr. Guzman laying on a bed or in a recliner, breathing very heavily, sweating. There are people working on him. You know him only as Mongoose. You don't know what's going on right now with him.
Vision tag is rock them like a hurricane.
Oh my god.
It's the ability to rock out when you're alone, even when you should be in a group.
Here I am, burning like a hurricane.
Yep.
Good lord.
I mean, why no Queen, Parker?
That's all I hear at work because my manager is obsessed with Queen. So that's all I hear.
Okay. Well, you haven't heard me do it yet.
Oh, great. I would much rather you bring back, oh God, any Disney song.
Hair metalized version of a Disney song.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that panpipe.
Just fucking Mark.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So
How about from backstage, the crowd starts to hear a low ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka. Ooga.
I can't stop this feeling.
Wait, okay, so who was the
That's your trait, ooga chaka. It's just that.
Okay, guys, serious question. Who was the 80s band who just like did a bunch of fucking nerdy wizard songs? Like they're not about wizards, but they're like
How are they
Led
wizards?
Zeppelin had a few.
not Led Zeppelin.
Dragon Force?
No, that's not 80s.
Dragon
Oh.
Force makes a fucking great Power Rangers cover.
Hold on, I'm Googling this.
That shit is metal.
I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, if no other better ideas come along, I say your new vision tag is just ooga chaka.
Ooga chaka. I mean, I like it.
Yeah. You just gotta remember what it means so you don't pull a Maggie and forget.
Yeah, it's like, because if we're in the real world looking at him, all we see is like he said he was in the light, so it's like in the spotlight. But we don't really know what's going on with him.
See, I wanted to talk crap about Maggie. She's completely frozen.
Yeah, she's having some technical difficulties.
Indeed, true.
So I liked in the spotlight too. That was good.
Deep inside me.
So I've heard Ooga Chaka, and Spotlight in the Spotlight.
Purple Skittles only.
Purple Skittles only. That's a good one.
I think you could probably argue Spotlight for a cooler trait that you could use in other situations, because you could say, like, it's just the ability to perform under pressure.
Under pressure.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
just back.
It's not exactly 80s hair metal, but
Bum, bum.
you definitely get that millennial crowd because they'd actually know that one.
Yeah.
See?
Maybe
Maybe that's the approach.
What was that, Parker?
I said maybe it was Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin wizard songs.
They didn't like sing songs about wizards, but like they basically seemed like they were wizards.
I feel like that's
Battle of Evermore is like directly a reference to Lord of the Rings.
or Rush. Rush is very like wizardly.
Oh, there you
Maybe-
go.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Fucking Rush.
I love
Maybe
Rush.
that's exactly. Maybe I mixed the two together.
Yeah. So are we going with Spotlight or in the Spotlight for?
I like that one. It seems like it seems fitting.
Okay. So put that in your vision tag, Rick, in the Spotlight. You are still struggling with who you are. It's starting to hit you. Who am I? Even though you are pretty convinced you are who you are, even though it's wrong. Let's see, Maggie. Are you with us?
I am.
Good.
My hot because I only pay $200 a month for the internet to not fucking work
yeah.
on a regular basis.
You might want to shut off
That's
your.
on Monday.
You might want to shut off your video, and it will free up your audio.
Yeah, that's true.
It's working. I'm just...
Was it?
Oh my god, how did it get worse?
Because we can't hear you at all.
Jesus.
We're just.
Was-
Better?
Eh.
No.
Keep talking, like more than
Yeah.
a couple words.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh no.
No, still very
It's just
spotty.
so crap. Okay, cool.
All right. We'll skip you for the moment. Hoping your internet gets better, and go to Parker.
Was I thinking of Iron Maiden?
I don't know.
I'm just having a stroke, y'all. It's fine.
That's
fine.
all right. Parker, why can't the characters achieve the next milestone of performing a hair metal song?
Because they're all too drunk to taste this chicken.
They're all drunk to taste the chicken? As in the crowd?
They're all too drunk to. Yep.
Okay. How would Amy get through this problem?
Oh shit.
She would dump Gatorade on the crowd.
A lot of Gatorade.
Whole lot of buckets.
Okay. All right. And we will envision a tag for Amy, who's been like very not, I wouldn't say panicked, but like very upset about being awake, and seems pretty adamant to go back in.
I don't know if anyone else caught it, but she also did mention an Adelaide.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I'm more comfortable wanting to go back in myself, so whatever.
Yeah, but she wasn't talking about her character.
Nope. Yeah, we got that.
Good.
Hashtag fucked up backstory.
Hashtag you don't even know.
Right?
Hashtag dealing with our own shit right now, so just back out.
What the fuck, Larson?
Acting.
I mean, that's fair.
I got those chops.
There's your tag. Chops.
Chaps.
How does that relate to
It doesn't. It doesn't. Runaway? Maybe?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So dramatic.
Runaway.
Runaway?
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Anyone
Any other
else?
ideas?
I mean, we're all definitely running away from our problem.
I think that one's pretty fair. Seems fitting as well.
Okay. Yeah, so runaway. This is a positive tag that you can use. So put that in your little tag spot. And we will move on to Maggie.
Okay.
Ooh, why can't we achieve the next milestone? That is right on our doorstep.
Well, Mongoose is stuck in there alone and seems to be having some kind of like actual physical issues with his real life body that they're dealing with. So that's probably an issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What would your character do to patch this problem?
Boy, what would she do? Probably not handle any of this very well. Don't know how actually helpful it would be, but she kind of wants to just start punching all of those people that aren't answering her questions or working fast enough.
Punching the legacy vessel support experts. Yep, legacy vessel support experts. Yeah, and you see on the backs in big black letters LVS, as they are kind of looking down on Mongoose, moving wires and like taking tools out. Let us imagine a tag for have we said your name? Yeah, she's been screaming your name,
Abby.
right?
Yeah.
So yes, this woman you know is Abby. She's shown great concern over the person next to her. So I mean,
you'll put your eye out.
Like caring,
I'll say like caretaker.
Yeah, caretaker or something.
Mother hen. Or like just
good companion.
Just
helicopter mom.
There you go. That's a good one.
These women are about, you would probably say, 10 to 15 years apart in age. So if it's a mom, then just really young. Really young.
I'd say something like guardian, or I like caretaker. Just sounds cool, but I think I'm flashing back to Voyager and picturing the caretaker.
I like caretaker.
I want to say Cool Runnings. Stick with me here.
Jamaican bobsled team.
Everybody's seen Cool Runnings, right?
It's been a while, but yeah.
So you remember the guy who has the problem being confident, and he's sick. He looks in the mirror and he goes, "You the badass motherfucker. You don't take no shit from nobody." Cool Runnings.
I love the idea of giving Maggie another one that she'll forget the meaning for next game.
I wanted to be as obscure as possible.
If anyone could try and help for me, that'd be great.
Well, I think it's probably between that and like caretaker then.
Let's go with caretaker. I was just trying to be silly.
All right, Maggie, add caretaker to your sheet. I just got like
Blech.
okay, that is our vision roll. And shit, I didn't save any of that. Oh well, that's okay. All right. So huddled over Mr. Guzman, these suited individuals, you can actually hear them whispering among themselves now. It's kind of that it's a human voice, but it's going through like an amplifier a little bit. So like there's a little speaker on the outside of the suit, and you hear them whispering in very hushed tones, and they're saying, we have to get them back in, we have to get them back in. His body can't take it. He's going to overload.
Oh Jesus.
And they turn back to you all, and you see one of them like turn a dial on their like a little control pad here, and their voice, a very androgynous monotone voice, says, we must get you back into the simulation before we have an issue with your friend.
I say wait, and then because I'm looking at my legs, I'm like, did you fix my legs? Did you fix my back?
Yes, we find that a healthy body is key to providing you the type of service you expect.
I didn't know that was a part of the deal.
Well, at the end of your contract, you are happy to walk out on your own volition.
Yeah, but isn't the end of our contract, I don't know, death?
Oh, you all signed 30-year contracts with us. You are 10 years into it, so if you would like to renew your contract, you are more than welcome. We handle this all within the simulation, of course. You need not worry about that. Should your body expire before the end of the contract, all funds will be refunded.
What funds are you talking about?
Oh, you agreed to a monthly payment plan. It is coming out of an account, and it's all very clearly written out in the contract. Trust me, you got a very good deal at $20 a month.
Fuck me.
It's a really good deal.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect this to cost literal thousands a month.
It's one of those where you start to wonder, what are they getting from using us? You know, like how Facebook's free, but you know, it's really not. They're getting.
That's why I'm
very much that.
So shocked that my back is fixed, because I couldn't have afforded to get that done like at a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
What was that second voice we heard?
Are you talking about the?
Yeah.
That is Dermot.
What about the other guy?
Oh. We're not quite sure. It's not our department. It was the breach that allowed you to wake up early. Trust us, when we tell you we have our security team working on this to secure the simulation. This has never happened before. let me be very frank.
So I look over at, you said his name is Guzman, right? Shouldn't you pull him out until it's fixed?
It is very dangerous to pull someone out in the middle of such cycles.
Wasn't that what you just did to us?
Oh no, you pulled yourselves out.
What?
Pull himself out.
Yes, that was there was something written into the code that allowed you to opt out of the program. It was not part of the contract, and it is not part of the design of the program. It is part of the breach, and we are fixing that as we speak.
So when we go back in, are we not going to have to experience this breach again? Are we just going to be good now?
Oh, we will ensure you are on a. We will migrate you to a different set of servers, different security keys, and you can trust us when we say you will not experience this again.
I mean, I'm not going to trust you since it's obviously fucked up, but whatever.
We had nothing to do with this. We just keep your bodies alive. If you would like to talk to customer support, we can put in a ticket. And once you are back into the system, you can have a conversation with customer support.
Like we would even remember arranging that.
I know, right?
It would all be handled. Trust us. Our algorithms are very clever.
Wait, if we're
What if
migrated,
we say no?
yeah.
Say again.
What if we don't go back again?
If you don't go back in?
Yeah.
I mean, then we'd be in breach of contract.
Yes, you will be in breach of contract, and you will be expected to pay the full amount, and prorated. I want to say that would be some 10 million US dollars, and then the cancellation fees, of course.
If
you are unable to pay, we will send it to collections and proceed with legal action, of course, as laid out in your contract.
I don't even know what of my money would be around after 10 years, so that doesn't sound like a good deal.
And of course, Mr. Guzman here would likely experience traumatic injuries to his vessel.
Because he's alone.
But if you put us in a new server, we wouldn't be with them anyway, right?
Oh, he would migrate along with you. We have to put you back into the original server to reacclimate you, of course. But very shortly after, we would migrate you to a new server and a new town of this, starting clean.
That voice told us that if we went back in, they were just him. How do I know that that's not going to happen?
We have the most sophisticated security system that has ever been conceived, and we're still investigating how this breach happened. But in every simulation that we've run, which is in the billions, there has never been a breach of our server. This is quite the anomaly.
My security system conceived, sure. Okay.
I don't know much about.
And what do you want to do?
Details.
I'm still kind of. Is it getting easier to move my legs, or is this still?
Yeah. So like now everything is tingling. Like everything below your legs is just like pins and needles. It's very uncomfortable. But when you try and move your leg, you can lift it up. Fine motor control's not there. If you think about like when your foot is asleep, it's very much like that.
Yeah, because it's probably been more than 10 years for me since I've used them. So probably need some physical therapy before I could try walking again. Could I just say I'm not ready to go back in now. I need time to think and process.
We are on a very tight deadline. Mr. Guzman is in a critical way. If we get you back in there in the next 10 minutes, we believe we can save his consciousness. Unfortunately, much past that, and it's just too much for the human mind to accept.
We stay out here and we deal with our shit that brought us here. We go back in and we save Goose. Like, it's... Come on, people.
We have to go back. We have to help him. We can't just leave him there.
If we stay here, then yeah, we're letting him die basically. So I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty much at that point before fucking coming here. So I'd rather go back in anyway.
I can't have another fucking death on my hands.
Same.
I mean, I'm gonna do whatever.
Same. That argument is gonna make me go back in.
Yeah, that's a good point, and you got my fucking yeah.
Side note, this is just who I am as a person. This is Amy talking. Did we all fucking somehow, are we all responsible for someone's death? Because it sure as shit sounds like it.
Kind of sounds like it. It's probably why they like to experiment on us. Probably trying to see if there's rehabilitation that can be done to like bad people or something.
Wow.
So you were just asking your characters asking our characters if we're all responsible for a death?
Yeah.
Indirectly, I feel responsible.
I mean, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So we're all in the same boat then. So we have to go back. Whoever's in there, I don't even care, who it is. We gotta go. We can't let them die in there.
Yeah, that's what my spouse would have wanted me to do.
So what?
I said that's what my spouses would have wanted me to do.
I'm sorry. One more.
Multiple then.
Like plural?
Yep.
Oh.
Interesting. You and spouse. I've never.
Is that like the sister wives thing?
I mean, it depends on how you do it.
I say, I had a husband and 2 wives.
Oh, good for you. Hell yeah.
Well, aren't we just a
gentlemen,
fun bunch of people?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
This
very
is your captain speaking.
sad discussion you're having, which is why you're here. Are you ready to proceed?
Are we we're gonna forget everything on the outside, aren't we? When we go back.
Yes. There is a very short window where there may be a bleed between the two. but once your consciousness assimilates to the simulation, you will forget entirely. And then once we migrate to the server, we will scrub all traces of the outside world.
Well, y'all, it's been a hell of a ride. And when our fucking 30 years are up, we are all hanging out.
Yeah, at this point, I look over at Mr. Guzman and I'm just like, all right, this has been a trip, but I'm focused on going back in to help him out now.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the figures all come and they sit you back in the chair. They start putting in IVs. Amy, the one that is working on you is having a hard time finding a vein. Pokes you several times.
Do you just want me to do it? I can find it. It's fine. Do you want me to help you do your job?
They just look at you and it's just like this chastising look, like a judgmental look.
Yeah,
which is the first time they've really shown serious like emotion. And then just like a firm press on the arm and then just wham, like right in a deep vein.
Oh, good Christ.
And the final piece is jacking in the piece to the base of the skull. And most of you, or who all is still jacked in?
All of us.
I never would have had anything pulled out.
Okay.
Yeah, all of us except for.
I think I'm the only one that.
You're the only one that pulled it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when it like touches the port, you just feel this like sort of like static flow over your body. Like if you rub a balloon, you feel your hair kind of stand up. But this is like all over your body. And then you just hear this like a shh, and then a click. And as it clicks, they twist it. And you feel a little bit of pressure in your sinuses. And then you feel something flowing into your veins and you all get very woozy.
I love you, Abby.
That person that like was working on her and then me, I'm just gonna be like, fuck you. Like right in their face. And then I'll like turn and be like, I love you too. Because I fucking hate those people.
And so
whoever was messing.
What?
We're getting very disjointed audio.
Is Maggie haunted?
I don't know. Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Anyway, so your vision like goes tunnel style, and Chris, your character, as your vision kind of fades away into blackness, you're looking straight out through the glass, and you see beautiful like vegetation and green grass, and then you see like a couple cows walk by.
No.
And then your vision goes and you are standing in a screaming crowd. with bright lights everywhere. You look to your side, and there are Jadzia and Adelaide and Willow. You're all like pressed shoulder to shoulder against just a faceless mass, and you have within you this wisp of what just happened. Like when you wake up from a dream,
Yeah.
quickly fading away. But you can still try and hold on if you want to. If you want to let it go, you can let it go. If you want to hold on to it, you need to roll for it.
I'd have to roll for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I almost feel like that snippet flashing back in would almost trigger almost like a PTSD, almost like I would be feeling like the verge of panic, and then like suddenly reappearing in a new spot would be really weird. So I'm not sure if I would want to try and remember that. If I was on the verge of like, you know, a panic attack or something. So, because that would be like a really negative feeling. So I don't think I would try and hang on to that. I would just try and like, it would be like that feeling of like when you wake up suddenly and you feel like you've fallen a distance, I guess, or something. Is that more extreme? So it's like I'd probably try and, I'd probably, if I'm standing that close to people that I immediately recognize, I'd probably just be like Deathclaw grabbing them and kind of shaking my head and shaking in general and trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So I don't feel like I would probably roll to cling on to that negative feeling.
Okay. So Matt, as your character slips into the sleep, vision is fading, and it just fades very peacefully, and you find yourself standing in a crowd next to your people. You remember you're muted.
There's still some fleeting memories, you said?
There are fleeting memories of you sitting in this room talking to these people who you... It's just a distinct feeling of like who you are, but no, you're standing here, so that's not what it is. It's a dream of like...
Yeah, so I'd probably be trying to rationalize it. I imagine out loud I kind of say to everybody like, were we just asleep? Because I feel like I have these really like real thoughts, but it had to be a dream because we're here. Like, are you guys all okay? Were we drugged? Do I need to shoot somebody?
We're all our old selves again, right?
You are your virtual self, and you have a very fleeting memory of who you were, but it is going quickly, and if you want to hold on to it, you're going to have to roll. Otherwise, you can just let it go.
I want to hold on to it. What would I roll?
So what strategy would you use to hold on to a memory?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do the same.
I would use storytelling because I know a lot to believe it, but I'll know. So it'll just
I would use like talk it out.
All right, let's go with Matt first here.
So I'm thinking kind of like how when you have a dream, if you don't kind of start to recount it and kind of think about it and talk about it, it just disappears really quickly. So I'm literally, even if nobody in the group is listening, I'm just going to be like talking out loud, trying to get myself to stick with this. Like it was a room. I was a guy. like all of it, I'm just kind of talking it out. So, let's see. I'm going to assume that sounds pretty reasonable for that role.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. That is a fail and a success. I will actually have you re-roll your success.
Okay.
With your negative tag of.
Oh, remember, I got rid of that.
Oh yeah, you got rid of it.
Yeah.
So I cannot do that.
Well, I was rolling for talk it out. Why did it also rolled the other beginner one that I have, which is parkour. So I think I just straight up failed, right?
Oh, so it's the button on the right. So there's like there's a button to the right of it over there. So I mean that's fine.
That's so weird. They look like they were in the milestone area. So okay, I got it.
It's.
I meant to do that. Ooh, ooh.
That's better. That's a double success. What is it that you were remembering specifically?
I'm remembering being in a room with people I didn't recognize, but it seemed like it was this group of the people I know. I remember a weird voice, kind of over almost like an intercom or a speaker. I remember being like wired up, kind of almost in like dentist chairs, and I remember this overwhelming feeling of wanting to leave that place, like not wanting to be there any longer than I had to be. And I remember being a guy, which was really fucking weird. Because I'm a chick. I'm not a guy.
All right. And it comes to you, that voice that was like omnipresent in that weird dome that you were in. You've heard that voice before. It was Red Tom, the little boy that you met.
It was familiar. Holy shit.
And then you remember the man in the black hat. His voice was there too. So Parker, let's see what you do here.
Oh shit.
Okay, so I would be using storytelling. Because no one else. My reasoning for this is that no one else is going to want to hold on to these memories. So it's gonna sound like a made-up story.
Oh.
I mean, I would argue that's probably reasonable.
You want to use reason for that?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Ooh. That's a critical failure. So, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen right now? As you are coming to, you see this like grand figure standing on the stage, spotlights shining down on them. The crowd is going wild, and you have these memories. Or was it a dream? Or it's swirling around?
The absolute worst thing that could happen right now is that I wake back up in the real world alone.
No. Why would you put that in his head?
Because the story has to get even more interesting than it already was. Duh.
Fuck me up, DM Daddy.
Yeah. Any other thoughts here? Does anyone else have any?
For her result, or
yeah, for like the worst thing that could happen to her right now.
I mean, you're trying to remember what happened, right? But like, I don't know if forgetting is the worst thing that could happen to you.
No, I mean, the worst thing that could happen is I remember. If it's not waking up back in the real world alone, then it's literally remembering everything. For whatever
I think the worst thing that could happen would be like a very specific memory. Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
lost the ability to
Like
forget.
the one thing she doesn't want to remember is the first thing that like clarifies in her head. That's the worst thing that could happen.
And all of the coping skills and all of the things that she used to try to work on it, like her love with her sister, is just completely gone. The only thing she's got is the horrible.
Horrible memory.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I think that is perfect. So it all floods back to you. Like you're standing there and you remember too much and it just comes back. And you are not Adelaide anymore.
Do I look like Adelaide?
You look down at your hands and you glitch for a second, kind of like in Wreck-It Ralph with Penelope. You just kind of like, and then your skin looks different, and your arms look different, and they look familiar. You can't see your face, so, but you are wearing what was your favorite outfit when you were at your happiest.
Oh.
So like, you know, family was good, had your job, had a nice outfit, you're standing there. Everyone else, you are looking over at, well, you thought it was Adelaide, but now it's a complete stranger. Jadzia, you recognize this person.
Can I go back and I want to try rolling because I was thinking about how Martin would react to this change and not how Kirby would react.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kirby, being far more confident and self-assured, would be like trying to figure out, why do I feel this like terrible feeling? What's that about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the same. I wasn't going to try and remember, but I think if literally my sister just materialized in front of me, I don't know if I would even have a choice to not at least try.
All right. So give me those strategies.
Okay, really quick. I'm a little confused and I apologize. I'm Amy in this virtual world. I'm not Adelaide.
Yeah,
right?
you're Amy now.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Oof is right.
That was the best response. Oof.
You wanted it to be more interesting.
And mine was way more interesting than anyone else's answer.
Oh shit.
You just didn't want to have to flashback from point A to point B. I get it.
I don't know. This could get pretty interesting.
My strategy is explaining things. And I'm mostly trying to explain this to myself, like as Willow, like, who is this person that I recognize? What? It was a dream. No, this feels more real, kind of thing. Which I guess is reason?
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch, I'm going to fail it critically because that's all I do. Oh, not critically.
Not critically, but we can try.
I hate you.
There's this it starts to slip away, and then you're like really trying to remember things. But then there's this face of someone you really, really love, and then just miss so bad. So reroll explaining things with your I miss her tag.
So do I just click on it again? Oh, I just click on I miss her.
Yeah, click on the button to the right of I miss her.
Fuck.
big.
Oh, it's so fitting.
Oh no.
That turns into a critical failure.
Both critically failed. We just turned into puzzles on the ground.
And so you remember you remember who you miss and why you were here. And then you look down at yourself and you just glitch ever so slightly, and then your hand looks different. You look over, there's Amy. Amy, you look over, and there's Abby.
Fuck.
And you're standing in this coliseum with people screaming, and a man looking like he's just like bringing the crowd in, ready to do something.
It didn't work.
All right, then real quick, I'm gonna try using jump over it. I'm thinking this tremendous anxiety, the closest thing I can compare it to is, you know, the nerves before going for a major jump when I'm pole vaulting. So I try and get in that headspace to try and figure out where is this anxiety coming from.
Yeah, that's an imaginative use of that, I would say, for sure. Okay, double fail. It's not a critical fail. So you can re-roll those with tags if you would like.
Okay, I'm gonna use my hyper focus tag. I'm gonna really try and zero in on this feeling.
Okay.
Yikes.
Not enough. You do have enough belief to re-roll one of those, though.
All right. So where's that on the chart to re-roll?
So you just you would choose another of your tags.
Oh, another tag.
So either green thumb or physically graceful.
I'll go with green thumb because all of a sudden, like, that's another like nagging. Like, I feel like I remember like how to do things like with plants and farming, and like that's not something I was recently thinking was in my wheelhouse. So I'm kind of same thing where I'm trying to remember this nagging, whatever this anxiety is, but now also like this knowledge that I've forgotten is nagging at me too. Maybe
God, I want to know Chris's backstory so bad. He had multiple wives. He was a farmer.
And a husband.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, you turned one of those into a success.
And now was a paraplegic, maybe?
Yeah, also, like, did you have a farming accident? What happened?
I thought Parker's backstory was fucked up. Like, color me surprised.
I mean, Chris's backstory's fucked up in a different way.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. So you're able to hold on to just enough to realize that you, as you are here, are not you. You exist somewhere else. And those memories that are theirs, however fleeting they are, that is from your real life. Everything else is really foggy, but you know that you are in a simulation. You are basically lucid dreaming at this point. And then the camera zooms as the group is just sitting there befuddled and trying to grasp with what's going on. The camera zooms a really tight, close shot to Mongoose standing on the stage with a microphone. Feather boa. And now we have the challenge to rock it out. I have tags assigned. The crowd is going wild. The man in the black hat is standing behind you, Mongoose, like backstage left, basically. just out of view from everyone else, but you know he's there. And then as you are like preparing to do your thing, just tremendous feedback rings out and the crowd covers their ears. What do you do, Rockstar?
Is there anybody else on stage?
There are, there's like a guitarist, 2 guitarists, bassist, a drummer. You don't know them.
That's fine.
But they're looking at you and they're like, yeah, thumbs up.
Okay. So I'm going to pull one of my monitors out and take a look down at the set list. What does it say?
There's one song on there. And it says whatever song you want it to say.
Okay. So I see the song and I look up at the Jumbotron and I see that it's presented by Coors Light.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say on the set list where we are?
This.
Hello, this.
And the feedback backs away as you say that, and the crowd erupts. And like among the crowd, there's like this one little spot where they're not like cheering, and you see your friends.
Having a panic attack.
And they look
Thanks
very
everybody
confused.
for coming out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
This, you're my home. We have to do something extra special. Free beer for everybody.
And when you say that, like these big like water cannons like burst out from the side and just start spraying Coors Light over the crowd, and everyone
as an alcoholic, I am out there like like, mouth open.
So I'm gonna turn my back to the crowd and get eye contact with all of the rest of the band and start nodding my head.
All right. What strategy would you use to lead this band forth into the song?
Okay. I am a beginner at singing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that he's a beginner.
So we're going to use that as a reasonable use of singing.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that is a double success, but the challenge is that the feedback roars back and the crowd boos. So re-roll that singing for me.
Do I need to just click singing again?
You can just roll like a blank tag.
Use your star power.
You turned it into a critical success. Look at that.
Nice.
Wow. So tell me, what is the best possible thing that could happen right now?
I mean, I rocked their fucking faces off.
So what do you do? Like this is your moment. This is
Okay. So, like, I got to make a choice. Am I going to do I Want to Break Free, or am I going to do Come On, Feel the Noise?
I feel like Come On, Feel This Noise, because like you're feeding on the feedback now, and like no one's expecting this.
All right, so I'm going to take my hat. I'm going to throw it like toss it at the mic stand, and it's gonna like hit and keep spinning because that's the coolest thing I can imagine that would happen out on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab a tambourine that maybe wasn't there before, maybe it was, but maybe it wasn't. You're not really sure.
It comes down on like a chain. Perfect timing.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit it a couple of times, and then the band just goes straight into it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, hang on.
Just some music.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need to put the karaoke version on.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys. Look at wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Mama's not sad anymore out there.
Anyway.
And-
Can we also canonically say that the microphone is shaped like a fish?
Yeah, the microphone is a fish.
Yeah, everything's very surreal and like dreamlike right now. Those of you that know what's going on realize that the simulation is probably having a hard time coping right now. But Mongoose is just rocking it out now.
Is he doing well enough that at this very moment I at least don't want to die?
Yeah, same.
I mean, you know this guy to be a friend, and he is doing what you suspect he has always wanted to do, and he's doing it very well.
I'm happy for him.
You might be happy for him. So you were rocking it out. You deal 4 points of damage to this soul of this challenge because you have just like touched everyone with your hair metal. And people are ripping their shirts off and
Okay, really quick. So you guys have seen The Lost Boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm imagining it like, remember the really sexy sax man with the chains at the very beginning?
Ooh.
And the crowd scene in that is what I'm picturing is happening right now.
But Coors Light spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like becoming a foam party as like Coors Light suds are just like bundling up on the ground. You can, Rick, get rid of a tag for the challenge. We have the crowd is going wild, terrible feedback, or the man in the black hat. You can also add a positive tag that you can use against the challenge if you want.
Get rid of. Oh man.
What are the negative tags?
The crowd is going wild.
Okay.
Terrible feedback.
Let's get rid of terrible feedback.
Okay. So it was shaky there for a while. But whatever happened, like maybe you inspired the sound guy, and everything just clicks and the sound is great. It's the best live sound reinforcement you've ever heard. And the bass is solid, and the mids are crisp, and the highs are searing, and everyone's just going crazy. So very well done. That leaves us with 2 to the soul of this challenge, mind of 3 and a body of 5. So remember, whatever you do in the challenge affects one of those based on kind of what you're doing. So if you're like trying to outsmart the challenge, in this case, hasn't been a lot presented to do, you would deal mind damage. And then if you fail, it deals it back to you, right? So if you're trying to inflict mind, it will inflict mind back to you. So let's open it up to our audience. Mongoose's friends. There's 2 there, and there's 2 strangers, but there's a lot of strange people. Who has something to do? as this plays out, the band is rocking out. The surreality of it all starts to fade back. The spray of beer has stopped. The crowd is just like chanting along. And then you see the silhouette of a man in a hat, a bowler hat, step forward toward Mongoose.
Well, shit. This clearly didn't work. Is he like stepping toward him in an ominous way?
As ominous as he did in the White Room, right? He just walked forward very calmly and casually. Like he knows what he's doing.
Shoot him!
You do have your gun. It is there.
Yeah, but you also might risk shooting Mongoose.
I would never miss. I try to find a place to shoot from where I won't scare the crowd. I'm going to wait for a good loud moment in the song and fire then.
The drum solo hits. And it's just cymbals and toms and it's deep bass.
Suddenly he's doing that one song where it's dun 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 dun. Just
Boom, boom.
This is not Phil Collins.
Yep.
Are you shooting?
Yeah, I might as well. Doesn't sound like anyone's taking any other action.
Okay.
Time to shoot. Yeah, I'll
All right.
shoot.
Pew pew pew.
Oh yeah,
Reasonable pew pew pew.
seems pretty reasonable. Oh, boop.
That is 2 successes, but the crowd is going wild and they're knocking you around. Like it's not quite a mosh pit, but everyone's just so excited they bump you. And then the man in the black hat looks at you with like very intent eyes and just gives a real quick shake of the head. So reroll both of those.
Oh shit! Just click it again, basically.
Yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
Fuck.
You guys
Ain't stopping my shit. I pull away from the scope for a second. I look right at him and I'm like, give him the same fucking head shake.
Yeah, so I mean that's a double success. It would deal 2 to the body of the challenge. Now you can, if you would like, use a tag to re-roll something and go for a critical success. But it could turn it into a failure too.
I won't risk it.
Okay. So the crowd kind of parts around you. They're not even really paying attention to the gun. They could honestly care less. It's weird. Very unsettling, actually, that no one cares that you're pulling out a sniper rifle and just like blast. The muzzle flash lights up the area around, and you just see the man in the black hat. Where would you be firing? Where would you be aiming?
I mean, I'd want to be trying to take him out, you know.
So like,
yeah.
Like there?
I'm aiming for a kill shot, yeah.
All right, so the bullet goes straight. Your aim is true. Right into the forehead. Actually, it seems like it splits the brim of his cap.
Ooh, buddy.
And blasts into the head of this guy. And usually, you know what this does. It usually explodes a head.
Yeah, as it should.
You've killed a mayor before.
Yeah.
Expert mode.
And
in my first rodeo.
The bullet hits almost instantaneously. And then there's just like this this glitch. You remember this glitch from before, what was happening to the town of this.
Uh-oh.
And like he becomes blocks of pixelated black, and you can tell he's trying to reform, but you get to remove tag. We have the crowd is going wild and the man in black.
Seems like the man in black would make sense with that one.
All right, so with the removal of that tag, the pixels then just like in fractals, basically smaller and smaller pieces just dissolve out, and he kind of shatters into billions or trillions of pixels. And as he does that, you see like the Colosseum that you're in starts to slowly like squares flipping. I'm trying to think, you know, like sequins, almost sequins on a string. How you can like run your hand over them and they flip to a different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
side.
Like cushions and dressing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can turn them a different color.
Yeah, and everything just starts like flipping in sort of a tidal pattern outward. And you see the stage like start to turn into grass. And the rafters with lights are starting to turn into trees and buildings. It's not happening super fast, but it's emanating outward.
I try to, like, I assume that might have gotten Mongoose's attention for a second to see me firing a gun, and I just kind of shrug at him like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But then I give a thumbs up, too, because I shot the man in the black.
So, like, just sort of nonchalantly, I'm going to, like, lean and tip the mic towards the crowd, but Jadzia knows I'm pointing at her.
And I'm just like, I look at my hand for a second as if I'm trying to think what makes sense. And I start to do some horns. Then I end up like this.
Hang 10, bro.
Like, yeah!
Yeah.
Sure.
I tip the mic back.
All right. Jadzia is doing what Jadzia does best. Who is next?
I just love killing.
So like the crowd is fading away.
No. They seem mostly unaffected. People are still there.
It's just weird.
Everything kind of around in like a stadium-sized circle. Everything outside of that seems to be changing. But the crowd and you and where you stand is unchanging. You're standing in beer.
So, like, I'm standing in beer, and I have all these horrific memories, but, like, I also, like, look up and I see this person that I know is a friend that I know probably also has a horrible story. And I know, like, just for a moment, he gets to stay in, like, this blissful, like, naive place. And I'm happy for him. So I'm going to, like, grab my sister's hand and start to, like, dance with the music and, like, kind of just go with the crowd and, like, cheer him on and sing and be happy, or at least fake it for this moment.
Nice. What strategy would you use here?
I'm gonna use making friends.
All right. I would
mostly
say
because he's my friend, and I want to be supportive of his moment.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not going to make you re-roll that success.
Yes.
So if you have a tag you would like to use to re-roll your failure, you may do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my new caretaker tag because I'm trying to get my clearly very distraught sister to join in and use this moment at least.
Okay.
Do it. No.
I did not succeed.
That did not, but you have enough belief to roll it again if you have another
Okay.
tag that you would like to use.
Sure. Looking at two different ones. I'm gonna use There Is No Spoon because I know that this is all bullshit, and so whatever, man. Rock on. Yes.
All right, you turned it into a success. So, all right.
Way to go, Abby.
Woo-woo.
Yeah. All right. So that brings the soul of the challenge down to a 0. This is a pretty epic challenge, though, so it requires 2 of the stats to go down. But as you're dancing, regardless of how your sister is reacting, the crowd around you seems to be reacting. And everyone has huge smiles on their faces, and they're dancing along with you, and like they're trying to get Jadzia to like just put down the gun. Everything's fine. And then like you see the flipping of the pixels basically start to sort of envelope around you and start creeping in, and you see the people that are dancing around and rocking out to the music start to look more familiar to you as citizens of this. Mongoose is still rocking out hard.
That's my boy.
And we are like in the last minute of the song. Do you want to get rid of The Crowd Is Going Wild or add a positive tag that you can use?
Let's get rid of The Crowd Is Going Wild.
Okay.
Hopefully they're still awesome.
They're still
not uncontrollable.
Yeah, so they're still on your side, right? And they're still like feeling it. Maybe they're getting a little tired from bopping around, but they're, calming down a little bit. They are no longer like a physical threat to you. Like they've given you space, and they acknowledge you are there.
They're backing up for my sweet dance moves, giving me some space.
Creating one of those circles.
Yeah.
And they're fist pumping.
I start doing the sprinkler.
Nice.
Oh my god.
And mortifying my little sister.
Yeah, cool.
What else is new?
So let's see. We've got Amy and shit, I forgot your
Kirby.
Kirby, yeah. I was thinking of your meat person. Yeah. What do you guys got?
So what all is left?
So there are no negative tags.
Okay.
We've got a body of 3 and a mind of 3. You just got to get one of them.
I've just kind of shaken this anxious feeling. It's just like I just realized like this. I feel like this isn't real, but I still like. I'm looking at Mongoose. It's like I feel like I was for some reason I feel like I wanted to go to him. So feeling the music anyway. Seeing my these people next to me start dancing. I'm gonna try jumping on the stage to join them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'll use jump over it for that.
Oh, even better.
I want to see it.
I hope you go into a knee slide if you make this.
Oh, come on, jump over it. Is it? I'm clicking the button, but it's not doing anything.
You might want to check on the window.
Yeah.
If you have it
And
popped
then
out,
later.
it's sometimes weird.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I've got it popped out, so I'll reopen it here. Bum, 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 bum. So we're jumping over it onto the stage. Here we go. I feel like that's kind of reasonable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Submit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So as you are jumping, you're like midair, and you're looking across like the people. You're just launched. Like you're like video game style jumping. Really epic. And then you catch the sight of someone. They're looking at you in a weird way, and you recognize them from your memories, those things that are bugging you right now. And then the word, where did that go? Where are you? Okay, yes. And he just mouths what looks like Sen Mez.
Ooh.
And so reroll the reason with I am a liability.
Oof.
Dude. I don't know what it is about that, but it turns it into a critical success.
I ain't no liability.
I must have had a change of heart somewhere in there.
So can I interject something?
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously recognize Kirby as one of my buddies, and I know you guys have been to concerts before. There's the big beefy guys in the black shirts that stand between the stage and the crowd. I'm gonna lean down and tap one of them on the shoulder and be like, "Nah, he's with me," and give him a hand and get him up onto the stage.
Oh.
It all looks super epic as you get up on stage. That's enough to get because it's a critical success, it's a double damage. It's enough to get rid of the body of the challenge. You get up on stage. What does this look like?
I just had a trickle of something run down my spine when I saw the mouth and that weird word, that weird name. But once I'm up there and Mongoose kind of grabs my arm and pulls me up, it just feels like I'm glad I made it, and I turn around and I join him in the last few lines of whatever we're singing.
We do the last chorus together,
and all the music cuts out, and everyone, like the crowd, is all singing along, and it's like just like a cappella to the max.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry. It's fine.
And as the last note rings out, like Mongoose is doing the long hair band, and it all echoes out. and you wake up in your beds.
Oh shit!
What the?
God damn
God damn it, Michael!
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I Amy or am I
What
Adelaide?
better my
So I'm going to leave that up to you. Do you want to be Amy, or do you want to have been reset?
Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, that's more appropriate. Fuck him.
You know when like
This
an
is a
NFL
hard
coach gets
thing.
all pissed off and throws the headset? That's what I almost just did.
we keep waking up on these damn beds.
You beautiful monster.
Terrible
I don't
person,
know.
Michael Parker.
I think I would want to be reset, but I don't know if
This is not your character's decision. This is your decision. So it's basically what you want to play. If you want to play as your real person in this simulation, then it was hoisted upon you. You may use it, or you can be reset with the server migration, because that's what happened. Like as soon as the note rang out, security breach fixed, server migrated, and you all reset to that very same morning that you replayed
Wait.
times.
Oh, God, fuck me. Oh, fuck you. God, fuck you, dude.
shit, I don't know what I want to do.
Maggie, you and I will discuss this.
Yeah, I can't decide, but I have to do we have to do the same thing.
I don't know.
We
I feel
do.
like it would be so tragic if one of you didn't.
I can't do that.
Hey,
That
Mike.
would be
Yes.
so
Hey, Mike.
bad.
Hey, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me. Are you looking in my eyes?
Hmm?
I am the captain now. I already gave in to your 6 sadistic wishes. I am the captain of this ship.
You keep thinking that.
I am the captain.
You keep doing that.
Oh no, it's so bad. I need to borrow his creepy brain from my game.
Hey, homie. I'm like second.
Oh,
I'm
so
like
fucked up. Yeah, no, I know.
I'm like the Walmart version.
Let's be honest. We're not getting anything about you from Walmart.
I really both of my characters.
Maybe Spencer's?
Hot Topic. Let's be real.
Say Hot Topic? Yeah.
Yes.
So just know there will be more opportunity to remember who you are or forget who you are. That's going to be the struggle going forward.
Yes.
For everyone, right? So everyone except Mongoose, really. Mongoose seems pretty lost in this.
He's lost in the sauce. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
He's loosed in the goose.
Yes.
You got too loose in that goose. Yikes, I'm gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we all agree.
It's okay.
Y'all, I'm half asleep. I need to be up in 6 hours for work.
Don't say it.
You're a
I didn't want to stop
yeah.
playing.
So, really quickly, we're going to do end of game. We accomplished a milestone,
Woo.
specifically Rick's, which is awesome. And that leads us to our last milestone,
What?
building something that can fly.
Isn't that Ryan's?
No, that's Maggie's.
No, that's mine.
Oh, Are we-
Ryan's was finish my vacation or
whatever. Are we not doing that one
We're not.
then?
No, we are not. So that
didn't
will
fit
lead us
anyway.
then to the dream and the end. But let's see. For milestone, You can raise health, soul skill, or strategy by 1. Everyone is capped at 7 except Rick. You can bring something up to legendary. Everyone else is capped at the best.
Oh man, I'm gonna have the last milestone, and then bringing my thing up. It's not gonna be all that helpful.
So it's only raise it by 1.
Yeah, so like you could take. You could
And you
take.
can go to legend.
You
I
could
don't
go.
have anything at the best.
Yeah, you don't have anything at the best, but
It's all right.
it's all right.
What are my other options besides?
So you can up a soul skill by 1. So either imagine or reason. You can up your health, so your mind, body, or spirit, by 1. You can add a new relationship, or you can add a new strategy at beginner.
Okay. I'm gonna raise my reason to 7.
Cool. So everyone else, yep, same, but limited to the best.
Yep.
I moved lying up to the best. I haven't decided which character I'm going to be moving forward, but
They're both lying liars.
yeah, they could both definitely be lying liars. Actually, I feel like Willow might not be great at it, so I might change that if I go with Willow.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be, you're Willow, but you're
not
tapping into who you are.
So yeah, I bumped my mind up 1. My mind health up 1.
Sweet.
Do we need to let you know before next time if we're gonna decide to remember, or
so
how do you want to handle that?
Those of you that remember anything, you will retain that. The big question is the girls. What are they going to do? Because they manifested as themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
So everything else is going to stay pretty much as is. So you're going to wake up that morning, and you're going to have what memories you had of the rock concert.
Can we say that I get to keep the feather boa?
Yeah.
Whole outfit.
You wake up in bed, but in purple sequins pants with a feather boa.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
That's it.
Purple pants, feather boa.
Couple groupies with you, no big deal.
NBD.
Yeah.
And let's see, you can also gain 2 belief. So that everyone gains 2 belief because you got a milestone.
Sweet.
Man, I should be like maxed out at this point.
I think I am too.
Yeah, no one's actually spending their belief, so by now you should be.
I only did it one time before, and at this point, I'm pretty sure they're back to top now.
Yep.
How do I fill in the belief?
So it's those little circles to the left. I don't know exactly, like, if the leftmost is 1 through 4, and then 5 through 10. I don't know how it actually works. Just whatever makes sense to you. Click the button.
Follow your heart.
Click the button.
Sure. I did use belief today, but I don't remember. I didn't pay enough attention.
You didn't spend it. You used like the ability. It would be like reroll. Reveal that's free. So as long as you're at that threshold, you get to use that.
Yeah, like if do you remember last session how everyone was dropping like flies, and I think I rolled a double failure. I spent 2 belief points to make it a critical success.
Oh yeah.
So I was the only one who didn't drop like a fly.
Yeah.
So I definitely am maxed out on belief then.
I think all of us are.
I'm not
Got it.
because I missed the session where you guys got a milestone.
Oh, you missed my session. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. There we go. Gratitude goes around.
I want to go first.
Okay.
My gratitude tonight is going to go to Parker, because I don't know where you came up with some of the ideas that you came up with, but like there are
What?
when you were like in the real world and saying your character's name but not talking about your character, that was like really intense. And yeah, so
Parker's
that
the
was
best at RP.
fucking cool.
Oh, okay. I'll share my story to the group because I want everyone to read it.
Let's say, are we all going to share characters now?
Yes,
Or-
please.
Yeah, 100%. We can totally do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, story swap. I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
I can actually I have them in
Let's say
20.
you have the link to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna share them all with you
Cool.
here in
Matt's is
Roll20.
fucked up too.
I can't wait for this shit.
Maggie's is super good. Oh god.
There you go.
Okay, I read that one.
I've read my own.
I read my own. I've read Matt's. Okay.
And then I'm a fucking loser and didn't do a homework, so
You didn't have a homework though.
I bullshitted my way around it.
I mean, that's how I got through high school, so you're fine.
I mean, it's
Hey, it
fair.
works.
Yeah.
I kind of like that you're lost in the simulation.
Lost in the sauce.
The goose is loose.
The goose is lost.
Worked at a Chipotle. I'm dying.
Who worked at Chipotle?
I did Martin Everest.
Did you really? You got a little something on your nose there, Chris.
Learned to farm. Quad marriage.
That's polyquad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
My gratitude.
Green terrorism.
Chris!
Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry.
My family gradually got involved in green terrorism.
I know.
As you
it's-
are wont to do.
Wow.
Hundreds of cows. I'm deceased.
I'm deceased. You're just finding new ways to say you're dead now.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Look, a cow. A cow stampede.
I can't. Okay.
All right, everybody.
What's
focus.
funny is I'm actually like trying to read through Matt's, but I'm just hearing Parker's commentary on Chris's.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to read these not on stream.
Offline. Yeah.
Yeah. My ADD won't actually allow me to go through this.
Wait, what type of pens? Oh, okay, pens. I get it. Ignore me. Continue, everyone.
My gratitude is going to Matt for just like going full Jadzia again.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's great. I like that your character is like trying to embrace what he decided to do, it seems like, you know?
Yeah. I felt like that's a big part of why he just wanted to be back inside of the simulation.
So I'll throw gratitude to Rick because when I was re-rolling the after the jump, when it was the what was my new tag? The I'm a liability. Like I was like scrambling to try and think of how I could, you know, make that make sense. And when you just piped up like that, you were like, "Hey, I'm going to pull you on stage with me." That was like a really nice kind of save for me there. So, and that ended up being a nice moment. So thanks for that.
Yeah, that did work out well.
You're welcome. So what family's
sweet.
for?
My heart.
Mine is gonna also go to Parker for dope RPing. And I'm super excited to like continue to play this character out with you and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone noticed or realized, but I almost made myself cry earlier when we like first started.
Yeah,
Oh my.
it was great. That's why I was gonna kill myself by pulling the thing out of my head. So yeah, I'm just.
That's
really
actually what my
excited.
gratitude is. That's actually what my gratitude is you almost making yourself throw up in real life because
I
you're
know
pulling
that
the
was
thing
so
out of your head.
gross. That was so gross, and I don't appreciate like the vivid details because it's almost like you can feel it. Woo.
I mean, there was no viscera attached to it,
Whoa.
so
No, but I can
But then-
imagine it like in my head. I don't like it. It's gross.
Yeah, and then Mike starts describing like the static feeling all over your body and all the. Oh man, that's a vivid picture you're painting.
Mike, it's
Go ahead.
no, you first. I have to sneeze.
I was gonna say, I think I feel like everybody appreciates how vivid the description is more because of your reactions, Maggie.
That's true.
It's so gross. That's true though. I don't. My imagination got the best of me there.
I
Michael?
mean, I personally think that like not having the viscera and stuff actually makes it more gross and weird.
It's creepy.
I don't know. I think it makes it more. I feel like
I
it makes
can
it,
feel it sliding out of my head. It's really grossing me out.
I feel like because there is a placement in there, like a little socket for it, like it makes sense that you'd be able to like kind of feel it. But I feel like if they just kind of like barbarian style just shoved it into like into your brain meats and like
But you'd
everything.
be dead.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, they know what they're doing.
And then you just like
hmm
pull it out.
I feel like it makes it more robotic, very matrixy almost, that there wasn't any viscera or anything like that.
Yeah, I got a real Matrix feel.
And that part of the Matrix makes me gag every time.
Mhm.
It's
I'm
super
shook.
gross. It's
Oh,
super gross.
Maggie, I'm throwing my gratitude at you, mainly because without knowing the backstory of apparently you and Parker having some sort of connection, it was cool to see that as soon as we were out of that simulation setup, you were immediately taking action for what I assume is a family member or something like that, given the same last names. But you were the only
I'll
one
fucking
who
kill all of you.
out of that and said, I got to do something, whereas the rest of us are kind of like fucking like
Yeah.
dream fog still, and you're just like, I got shit to do.
Absolutely agree.
You took
Yeah,
action.
no, Abigail is just so choice. She's a very solid character.
This is gonna be real weird.
Chef kiss.
I can't wait to play this out. I haven't even decided which one I'm gonna go with, but even a combination of the two, like, is super weird because they're absolutely opposite.
No, I feel that exact same way because Amy is just like super quiet and reserved, while Adelaide is just like in your face.
Yeah, it's gonna be so weird.
I'm so
Government
excited.
agent.
It is cool to
Hothead
imagine you can do a
Mr.
little
Fix-It.
both, you know? You can do that because of that little bit of blending that can occur in situations like this, or at least in sci-fi it always does.
Yeah,
Let's
but,
go.
I think great job all around. Good job, guys.
I'm very proud of every single one of you.
That would have
Also,
been
I
way
missed all
cooler
of
if
you
we
with
could have
my
heard it.
whole heart.
Breaking up the whole time, but it sounded really sweet.
Everyone just cut out what?
Same.
You broke up,
Sick.
Parker.
Yeah, you said a really
Yeah.
what seemed to be a nice thing, and it was broken up the entire time, and we're all just agreeing that sounded nice. Yeah.
I said I missed you all with my whole heart.
Oh, we definitely missed you too. I really hope the weather gods don't kill you out there.
They fucking might. I need to stop fucking with them.
I'm super nervous for you. Like, Parker's just gonna get straight picked up by a tornado one day. Like, nope.
The best part is
Well,
that
I'm
Albuquerque
hoping,
never
like-
had it.
I'm hoping picked up by a tornado and like just flung to like my doorstep or something. Like deal with them.
Deal with this fucking.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Deal with this. I'm sick of their shit.
Good
So glad
times.
we're recording again.
Good to be back.
Yes.
Don't forget, viewers, like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Don't
like-
forget send. Don't forget
Smash
to send-
that button.
Don't forget to send all of your, fan art, emails, anything like that to escapefarts@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking
Yes.
forward to seeing fan art of me in purple pants and a feather boa.
Yep, I
Don't forget
read
there's
every single
sequins.
email that goes to that mailbox.
I know I connected you with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually like to see fan art of me myself trying to not vomit into my hand while Mike explains what it feels like to have that thing pulled out of my head.
Oh God, yeah. If someone could like screen grab it and then make a meme of that, oh, that'd just be so great.
Just
I
to
really made it once.
me gagging over and over again. Oh man.
Yeah.
Just a loop reaction gif.
Yes.
Nope.
So then we play again on the 9th, right?
Yeah.
The 9th, it'd be the 8th because the 9th is a Saturday.
That's what's up. The 8th is what I mean.
Yeah, the 8th into the 9th.
Okay, cool. I have to schedule my whole life out now because of wedding stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
Taking over everything. So
If
I'll be here for
there-
that.
If there's any way that we could possibly not run too late on that day, just because I have the day's gonna be so busy at work. We have our packing seminar.
I mean, I can start an hour earlier.
My only issue is that I get off of work at 7 and we start at 8.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that won't work. So,
Yeah, well, if it ends up being like a 3-hour session, we can still get a good amount done.
yeah,
okay.
we won't bullshit for
Yeah.
an hour.
So we hadn't talked for a couple
An
months
hour.
before. So.
Yeah, we needed that. So just make sure to corral us, Parker, when we
Yeah.
play next time. Be like, hey, hey.
Yeah.
Just
Motherfuckers.
because I don't know what the
Get to the
plan
good
is
stuff.
and planning out. Like I know that I have the only milestone left. I will not be able to play on the 22nd.
I will not either.
Okay, then we're fine.
I will be Hoosier Conning.
What the fuck is that?
It's a little local gaming
It's
convention.
where they put together all of the Indianans and we all go out to cornfields and
Push over some
Cornhole.
cows.
corn. Yeah, we detassel some corn and then we go cow tipping.
And
I'm sorry.
cornhole.
Did you say bedazzle corn?
I said
Detassel.
I like bedazzled
Okay.
better. That's it now.
We could also bedazzle corn. I don't know what that would be like.
I mean, isn't corn already kind of bedazzled?
I mean,
It is.
the cob
Nature's bedazzling isn't very colorful.
the
Yeah.
cob.
Have you seen
Itself.
rainbow corn?
I forgot there is colorful corn. Oh, and
Oh my-
just, like, so many solid
go
corn too.
go watch the very first episode. We literally talk about this
We did.
in hashtag does it but.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
my
hashtag
Jewel
doesn't lie.
corn was a big part of
That's
that
true.
conversation.
That's true. So yeah, that's what it is we actually just go out and bedazzle corn and eat a
CF
bunch of
pop.
like fried bullshit food.
Fried butter.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
terrible.
okay.
It's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know
aware.
what Ginger Khan is at all. I have no idea what he's talking about, but
Yours sounds way better, and I would definitely go to that.
I'm just gonna
fully
drink a lot and
embracing
play
being a
games.
Hoosier. Okay. I mean, that sounds better.
Yeah. It'll be cool.
And basically, I described the state fair just a second ago.
You
so,
Yeah.
You did, and it's
Yeah.
awful. I hate that place.
Oh my god, our
Nice.
state fair involves a lot of gang activity, and no one goes to it anymore.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Uh,
Albuquerque, you classy motherfucker.
Do you have the world's largest swine at your state fair? Because
No.
you can come see that shit at ours every year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, would I get to touch him?
You probably could, yeah.
He's so big you can cut a piece off.
He's just laying there in a little pig pen. It's a
Oh my
big ass pig pen because he's
God.
fucking huge. And his balls are just out there for everyone to see. And they're the size of like large softballs.
Man, that
Like
sounds
double
like
fist.
big.
They're fucking, yes. Like, no shit. Like, look at Rick's hands right now. That's one ball.
Good lord.
And when you're like 6, it's kind of
Terrifying.
I love that we're
Terrifying.
capturing all of this. We're still streaming.
The after
Indiana
show.
always has the world's largest swine.
Always this after dark version of what we do.
The
And listen,
after
when we
show?
set up the Patreon, this is gonna go out to patrons.
Yeah, Patreon.
Yes.
Not everyone's gonna get this.
$10
We're going to
So-
record the pre-show conversation as
Yeah.
well.
Okay,
And
so
I mean,
so our regular show is called Escape from This Island or Escape This Island, whatever it is. I don't remember. I'm
Escape
drunk.
from
I'm
This
not.
Island.
So I feel like our after show should be called Escape from This Night.
yes.
Yeah. Seriously.
Nights on the Island.
Well, now all of our Patreon contributors know about the giant balls of Indiana pigs.
I mean,
Oh,
True.
yeah, no. I mean,
There's
it'll-
also piglets there, which is great. The baby pigs are adorable. Kate won't go anywhere near it because she's an epidemiologist and she studied all that shit. And she's like, fuck that. Don't go in that place. It's full of disease. You'll all die. But I go in and I talk to the baby pigs anyway.
Okay, here's the thing. What time of year is it?
August.
It's so hot and gross.
Oh my god. Hot for you is like what, 70?
No, it's like 90 and humid.
103.
Yeah,
And
and
it's,
it's humid.
it's like 90. Yeah, it's like 80s. 80s. It's like 80s.
It's humid
Yeah,
as fuck, though.
Yeah.
That is true. I do know that because we were out there last August.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You can be right, though.
here's my thing. How far away from Gen Con is it?
Not very.
No.
Like a 10-minute Uber.
No, well, no, not distance, time wise.
Yeah, is it open during Gen Con? I feel like it was.
Sometimes it is.
I knew last year it was because you, Maggie, had to get corn for Kate, I think.
No, Kate made a joke about that. I didn't fucking do it. But
Okay, that's fine.
but normally, yes. Kate, it does. I will say this. You should definitely always get corn from Indiana.
I've got
If
to
you like-
guys. So I'll talk to you later. I'm basically going to go say goodnight to the girlfriend, so I'm about to go be.
Aww.
But
That's gross.
fuck that shit. I'm out. Now I'm a man.
You're so-
I'm a man.
Bye.
I love you.
That-
I love
so
you.
gross.
I love it.
That's so gross.
It's so cute.
I'm stopping the broadcast.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, fans.
Goodbye, internet.